and Fresno State at 6:30. So a couple of games are going to be scattered about today for you to watch. So you got NFL and college. I know a lot of people are going to be betting. That's cool because the Dolphins, 7 o'clock kickoff against the Jags. Other games of note in NFL preseason are Ravens Commanders. That's going to get kicked off in just a minute. Texans and Lions at 1. And then you get the Bills and the Bucks at 7:30. Bleacher Report has ranked their top college football players since 2000. Now, these are the top college football players since the year 2000. The Canes, Ed Reed comes in 6th, while Brian McKinney comes in 10th. Sean Taylor earned honorable mention. Not too bad right there. I neglected to see who was first on that list. I need to check it out real quick. Let's see. Would it be Tim Tebow? Just because everybody loves Tim Tebow?
Yeah, Tebow was, I think Tebow Prime. I think maybe Barry Sanders were like, it was because it's 100 years, right? The top
No. Since 2000.
Oh, 2000. I'm sorry. Tebow and Cam. Tebow and Cam were the quarterbacks.
Okay, let me see. I would just think Tebow for the simple fact
but it would
that
definitely Tebow.
Everybody loves Tebow.
I think Tebow and Cam might have been the top 2 quarterbacks.
100 NBA players. I need to go college.
But nonetheless, great to play. There were some great Hurricane players mentioned. Obviously, Sean Taylor. Rest in peace. 21 was unbelievable. But
Johnny Manziel, honorable mention.
Yeah, John, dude.
He did win a Heisman Trophy.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's anybody that. Okay, well, let's just go number 1. Number 1 is Brian McKinney's number 10, Baker Mayfield number 9, Larry Fitzgerald. Oh man, Joe Burrow.
Yeah, everybody that had a great year.
Vince Young.
And Ndamukong Suh.
There you go. You're reading the list with me. Reggie Bush, number 2, Cam Newton, and number 1, Tim Tebow.
Yeah,
how did I predict that? How did you predict that?
Dude, I've watched college football the last 25 years. I'm shocked with the receivers. Justin Blackmon did have a great college career and stunk it up in the NFL, which all Oklahoma State Cowboys receivers usually do.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill's not okay.
Well, he's not Oklahoma State.
He was there for a cup of coffee.
Yeah, well,
before he got kicked off the team.
Well, there you go, Des Bryant. Justin Blackmon. It's always going to be something with them. But
yeah. Something about Blackwater. Is it Blackwater?
Stillwater.
There you go. Ooh, that was a faux pas.
Big. But who cares about that? Because hopefully we see some of the great college football players in the next 25 years starting next Sunday.
I think so.
Big game, man.
Oh,
big game.
Loaded rosters, by the way, too.
Absolutely.
Notre Dame starting a quarterback who has never thrown a collegiate pass in CJ Carr.
So they didn't go with the guy that filled in for Riley Leonard a couple of times when he might have been nagged up.
They said CJ Leonard was too good.
CJ
Carr. I'm sorry. CJ Carr was too good.
So CJ Carr versus Carson Beck.
That's it. Yep. Oh man, Carson Beck's been in some big games, man. I'm just warning you. Marlins fell to the Blue Jays 5-2 yesterday. Blue Jays are actually a good team. See, Vlad, Wednesday, I had to make a phone call, and then I got all my work done, made the phone call. It lasted about 10 minutes. I had nothing to do for about 3 hours, so I watched a Blue Jays Pirates game. Once again, I had nothing to do. Blue Jays are a good team.
Oh, yeah, they're first in the AL East.
Oh, of course. Yeah, that's the reason why. Oh, I was hoping Paul Skeens was pitching too, but The Blue Jays and the Marlins play again today at 4:10. You know who's starting? Jansen Junk. Let's go.
It seems like he's always here when we
we're synonymous with each other. You know how that goes. No Messi tonight as Inter Miami faces the worst team in the Eastern Conference, DC United, at 7:30. Inter Miami should win this game. Obviously resting Messi because Orlando City is coming to town this coming Wednesday for a semifinal in Leagues Cup.
So they're playing one of their own now in Leagues Cups because of the semis.
Yeah, because now you're in the knockout round. There's no, setting up games.
No, it's a knockout, so there's only one game in. Where is this game being held?
Here.
In Chase Stadium.
Chase Stadium, 8:30, Wednesday.
Okay.
Orlando City beat us 4-1 the other day without Messi, but still. Had some interesting rivalries with those guys, interstate rivalries. You want some more bad news, though, Vlad? Matthew Tkachuk has had surgery on his torn abductor muscle and sports hernia.
Okay.
It's going to miss part of the season for the Panthers.
I mean, okay.
Probably should have done it.
Yeah. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your summer, man. You got married. I need my core for consummating the wedding.
Honeymoon.
For consummation. And we'll be all right. We good.
We'll be fine. We'll be
Let him have a
fine.
couple of months. Come on, man. The guy, was it 3 Stanley Cups? First Stanley Cup, he had a a torn
he had a busted sternum.
His sternum, and then the first time that they were banged up in 24, and then last year, yeah, man, let that man rest, man. Go get the surgery. Let that man rest, and we had a fourth goal stop. Fumble in Kansas State, Iowa State. Yes, folks, football is back.
It's real. It is real.
Gambling begins.
With that being said, let's gamble and take a step into the day spa. A former Nashville, Tennessee police officer has pled guilty to groping an OnlyFans star and participating in one of her videos while he was on duty. Call that getting some duty done. Extra duty, huh?
I mean,
the problem is you're on duty, man.
Yeah, you're on duty, but that's the draw of
the video or whatever.
The video, yeah. I mean, he got broken off. I hope he got broken off.
Oh, he did. He did
with money.
Yeah. Yeah. Life's full of decisions. You just got to make the right ones.
Matter of seconds.
I don't know if he made the right one or the wrong one. I don't know. Can the Canes win it all? It is week 0 of college football. Canes start next week, a week from tomorrow, against Notre Dame. We'll find out a lot about them, but we'll discuss if they can take it to the house. Next, here on Sports Day, 104.3 FM WQAM, Miami Sports Leader. Week 0 is here. We've got college football, baby. Iowa State and Kansas State. Now, you might normally not get that stoked up about that game, but it's a pretty stoked up game because it's the first game of the year. Two programs that are pretty serious and strong. Good stuff. Ryan Clark is on TV. If you didn't think Ryan Clark was on TV enough, now that it's football season, woo!
Actually, you might want to watch this.
I know it's about Louisiana. Yeah. No, I like Ryan Clark. Once again,
it's about the hurricane.
Right. No, but I'm just saying Ryan Clark's going to be on TV a lot.
Okay. Yeah.
No, I love RC, man. LSU grad. He and I actually work together in media. So we're actually friends. Well, at least I consider him a friend. He probably doesn't know who I am. Nonetheless, we're friends. Maybe while I'm on the show one day. We'll see how it goes. I mean, he does everything else, right?
Dan Day on the pivot.
That would be an interesting one. If they'd have followed me the past 48 hours, Vlad, the pivot would have got unbelievable ratings.
Bro, I heard you on the air yesterday during,
What a day yesterday.
Night and day. And,
these past 48 hours, Vlad.
Yeah, man. I know you fighting, bro. You fighting. And you're
I don't know if I've ever fought it as bad in my life.
And
I've done this since 1999.
Nah, there was last year you had a
little
tough,
froggy time.
Yeah, you had a funky time last year.
Yesterday was crazy, man. I went from Joe Rose to trying to get my car fixed to hanging out with Lupe, who works here at the radio station, to, of course, Duffy's. Whew, man. So we're good. We're good. You look great, by the way. If you're watching on YouTube and Twitch.
Nah, it's because my head is just shiny right now.
It really, the lighting is fantastic.
The lighting is great. My complexion looks great. No, I'm tired. I'm gonna be tired too. This is a long ass day for all of us, bro. This is the beginning of our this is the beginning of our labor.
Labor of love.
And labor of work. I'm gonna be working for 12 hours, bro. I'm here, and then I got to go straight to the stadium, get the interviews, and then, cut up the interviews, and then have it for tomorrow's show, and have it for the rest of the guys for this week. Yeah, bro. It's the beginning, man. I'm not going to complain. I'm happy for it because I love the fact that we're going to have sports in, little less than 2 months. We'll have all the sports being played at the same time. But sometimes it sneaks up on you. You're like, I should have gotten prepared for this a little bit sooner.
You might have a good amount to a Tagovailoa tonight too. So
well, that's the good thing. If we have a lot of the ones playing, then you're going to be interested. If Tua only plays a series, and then all of a sudden it's Zach Wilson and
Quinn Ewers, both exciting.
And then I'm just going to be listening for the crowd and their forever love of the 7th round quarterback pick.
Of course, Quinn Ewers is a fan favorite already. Oh man. Let's get into what some ESPN and other analysts are saying about this Miami Hurricanes team. Most of them agreeing that they will make the college football playoffs. So that's a good thing.
I mean, it's really between them and Clemson, Cousin.
Oh.
I mean, SMU's good. Louisville, and Georgia Tech might be surprised, but UM doesn't play Clemson.
Right. They play SMU. That's going to be a big game, obviously.
So
Andrea Adelson has Miami the 8th seed hosting Alabama for the first round. That would be interesting.
So as a UM fan, you want your schedule to be strong because now that they said that they're going to start looking at the schedules a little bit closer with the college football playoffs. Are they starting this year or next year? I believe it's next year.
I think it's next year.
I think it's next year because the SEC now is having 9 conference games.
Yes.
And they're trying to keep the rivalries together. So you're pretty much going to play a team every 2 years.
Right. I mean, the SEC is so strong. They should go to 9 games.
Right.
That would be the thing. I think the Big Ten will do the same thing.
So what I'm asking, the reason why I'm saying that, Alabama plays Florida State week 1 next Saturday. It's 3:30. It's one of the big games in the afternoon.
Yes.
I think as a UM fan, you kind of want at Florida State to beat Alabama.
Oh.
So that therefore, if you beat Notre Dame and then you beat Florida, when you play Florida State in Tallahassee, it's looked upon as when you beat them, a better win,
stronger game,
a stronger win because they beaten a top 10 team in Alabama. But yeah, bro. Put it this way, this game, both teams could lose. Whoever loses this game is not out of the college football playoff picture, but the loss would hurt Miami more than it would do Notre Dame.
Well, hence while Kyle Bangura says Miami 11 seed traveling to Notre Dame in the first round, seeming that both teams, even though win or lose, will make the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean that's a great prediction and everything, but you're predicting something 4 months away when there's a game 7 day, literally 8 days away.
Well, Bill Connolly, he says Miami 11 traveling to number 6 Notre Dame in the first round. There you go.
Right, that's great. I don't want to talk about the playoff game. I'd rather talk about next Sunday.
Okay, well, Heather Dinich,
you don't get to that playoff game without playing this game on Sunday.
Heather Dinich doesn't really mix it up. She says 9 seed Miami traveling to 8 seed Alabama for the first round. And this is the one that might be the most interesting. David Hale has Miami as the 11 seed traveling to number 6 Georgia in the first round. Is that exciting?
I mean, no.
Carson
if you wanna talk about it, then no, because I don't want to talk about. I mean, these guys gotta do their predictions, but it's like, the season's upon us right now. Forget college football playoff picture, but the season's upon us. And what I think is that Miami's got 3 big games within their first 6 games of the schedule. They beat Notre Dame, Florida State. They're gonna be in the top 5 to me. And that's what I think you want to win. I think whoever wins the ACC conference is gonna get a bye. Whoever wins the SEC conference is going to get a bye. Who wins the Big Ten conference is going to get a bye. Winning the ACC conference is going to be. That's why them having Miami where 6 or 8 or whatever, that they must have them losing in the ACC championship game to Clemson. And if Miami could stack up these wins, starting with Notre Dame, week by week, they'll start moving up in the rankings. And I wouldn't be shocked. This is what I'm predicting, Cousin? We're gonna have another Thanksgiving weekend where Miami's in the top 3, undefeated, and they gotta beat Pittsburgh.
Gotta take care of business.
They gotta take care of Pittsburgh. That's what I'm looking at.
Easier said than done. Ugh. A couple other pundits are expecting the Miami Hurricanes to travel to play Oregon in the first round. So that could be interesting.
They're
too.
just trying to do a lot of juicy matchups. Miami Notre Dame sells, Miami Alabama sells, and Miami Oregon sells on the simple fact that it'll be Mario going against his old team.
The thing is, most of the pundits are picking the Hurricanes to make the playoffs, and we've said this: a successful Carson Beck season would be making the playoffs.
If he makes the playoffs, I would say he had a more successful season than Cam Ward.
Yeah. Maybe not numbers-wise, maybe numbers-wise. We'll see, but definitely his success standard is making the playoffs. And it seems like a lot of people agree with you and I, Vlad, that this team will make the college football playoff.
Yeah, I expect two teams to make it from the ACC. I believe only last year there was
2.
Oh, SMU did make it as well, right? Yep. Right, there was 2. So they're the 2 that they're the 2 teams that are expected to make it to the college football playoffs. Maybe they get a 3rd team sneaks in, maybe SMU, Louisville, Georgia Tech. I like Georgia Tech as a team, and I can't think the Noles are going to have another crappy season like they did last season. Like, they can't have another crappy season.
Couldn't be worse.
It couldn't be. Like, you went from the highs to the lows to the lows. There got to be some balance.
Well, the Orange Bowl is here in Miami Gardens, January 1st at noon. And then the national championship game is here, Hard Rock Stadium, January 19th at 7:30 p.m.
Let's go. That's the day before my birthday.
Day before your Earth Strong? Oh, man.
That's like 13 days after yours.
That sounds like a day to go right there, man.
Yeah, man.
Let's get some tickets. Let's go.
What's
going? It's on a Monday, Tuesday?
It's on a Monday.
All right.
That's probably MLK Day.
Oh, well then, yeah, you got to go to
that.
Oh,
yeah. I'm not working that day.
Well, yeah. Nobody works on Martin Luther King Day. Why would you do that?
Well, we shouldn't. Unless back in the days, Arizona was trying to make it work, but I got nullified.
I worked for a company that wouldn't let you off on Martin Luther King Day. You can guess what my boss looked like.
Oh,
old
Satan.
Old. And I'll let you
Blanco.
fill. Hey! I'm gonna let you fill in the blanks.
The initials of YouTube.
You don't fill in the blanks. I'll let the listener fill in the blanks.
I'll give you a hint. The initials of YouTube. Yeah, YT. If you say it, just pronounce it.
Man, you're making me work too hard today. I don't know about all that one. Well,
But
I
look,
shouldn't have brought that
you
up
know
earlier.
what? You know what I'm also worried about now, because we are in the nastiness. Even though we're towards the end of summer, but there's no summer. There's no end of summer in South Florida. I am thinking about the weather. I'm thinking about the weather in tonight's game because I had no thought of it until I'm like, oh man, it's cloudy, it's overcast, and it looks like it's gonna be raining. And I'm also thinking about that next week because watching this Kansas State Iowa State game right now, the weather is nasty over there in Ireland, in Dublin. You know what I mean? Like it's nasty right there in Ireland, and the weather could be nasty next Sunday night in at Hard Rock Stadium. So that's another thing I would like to. That's the elements. The weather plays such a role in certain games. So I like to see that. Oh, as well as tonight's game. If the weather's bad, there's certain plays I wouldn't play.
No.
Right? Like I'm not. If the weather's nasty, I'm not putting two out there. I might reconsider that.
Might reconsider.
I might reconsider.
You might play him less. I would think would be the.
I might reconsider it.
Might be more than less. It would be one of those things. Okay.
Jalen Waddle, might not want him to be there. If it's the weather and the field's nasty, I'm cool.
Okay. Well,
cool.
Now we have to pay attention to the weather. We'll forecast the weather and get ready for this Dolphins game next here on Sports Day, 104.3 FM WQAM, Miami Sports Leader. Back on Sports Day, 104.3 at WQAM, Miami's sports leader. Glad you were talking about this. We've got a Miami Dolphins kickoff at 7 o'clock against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Some of the starters are scheduled to play, but I don't know. There could be a kink with the weather in all of this. Although it says at 7 o'clock, we have a 45% chance of rain, which means if it's anything like right now, not going to be pretty, but the chances of rain will lessen throughout the evening. So you're saying, yeah, maybe Jalen Waddle, Tua, not Tyreek, but Tua don't need to go out there today.
No
need.
No, it doesn't mean anything. It's not real. It's not serious. It's not a real game.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's crazy. I know they're football players and everything, but it's the last preseason game. I know you had all intentions of playing your starters, showing the fan base what they're planning to see in the 2025 season. But if the weather's not cooperative and really you have a chance of risking more injury because of the conditions, I'll be all right.
Yeah, I know you're kind of trying to set the tone, but now the way you put it out there makes me kind of think like, is it really worth?
Because could you imagine, God forbid, something does happen, they're gonna be like, why did you have him out there? Then the conditions, wouldn't that make you change your mind?
Yeah. I could see where you can call an audible on this one and say, Tyreek, just take the day off.
I mean, Tyrese, no, I don't think Tyreek. But Tua, Jalen Waddle, I still would play the O-line though. The O-line they could block in bad weather. It's just
the skill players,
the skill position players. They're more likely maybe to pull something that really they need to.
And I would say you wouldn't play Storm Duck because he's kind of solidified himself as your starting
quarterback. I don't even know if I'm playing some of the defensive skill position players.
He needs the reps, though.
You know who needs the rep, but he's not probably gonna. He probably won't play. It's the tight end,
Darren Waller.
Yeah.
Well, he's returned to practice off the PUP list.
I get that, but he could get some snaps in preseason. Like he could find. I would not want my first snap
to be in
after retirement
in Indianapolis.
To be in Indianapolis against Zaire Franklin. I wouldn't want that.
It's a tough spot. But
I don't know. I might be alone on this, but I wouldn't want a guy who's been out of the game for 2 years. His first snap, his first real snap would be his first game back against Indianapolis. I don't think that's a wise decision.
Ooh, that's baptism by fire right there. But kind of put himself in that position, and we kind of put ourselves in that position. And it looks like I don't see. Could Darren Waller play today? Could he play today? Do you think?
I mean, if all the ones are playing, except for Tyreek, seems to, and like we said, we're going to get into this a little bit later, probably starting, the next hour, that you kind of want to know what the situation is. If this Tyreek injuries lingers a little bit longer, you kind of want to have more, what you have with your weapons. There's no continuity, I would think, between Tua and Darren Waller because Darren Waller hasn't practiced at all.
Saw it last year with Odell Beckham Jr. Tua straight up said
he fleeced you.
Yeah, well,
and this might be a fleecing right now.
Tua said, I have not seen Odell Beckham Jr. at all. And we're like, it'll be fine. Or I said it'll be fine. It wasn't fine. It wasn't fine.
It wasn't.
Darren Waller, though, everybody speaks highly of him, as they say. His coaches and, the team speaks highly of him. Once again, speaking highly of someone.
I don't care about how good a person is. I want to know if the person could catch a ball and break tackles and take it to the house.
Right. Because a lot of bad things are said about Tyreek Hill, but the man can play football. That's one thing.
Right?
That is one thing. That's the thing. People can hate you, but as long as you produce on the field or whatever, the pitch or wherever else, you're okay. You can make a lot of money and you'll always be on the team. Might not like you. Always on the team. Jalen Ramsey did not like him. He did not like us towards the end. Not on our team anymore. We'll get the Steelers December 15th. Got a cold game weather win for the Dolphins on that one. Told you. Mark my words.
Santa gonna disappoint you.
Santa was drinking a beer. In the video, you can see it on YouTube at 104.3 FM. WQAM. We'll see. We shall see. But yeah, tonight should be interesting. Now you've talked me into it, Vlad. If I'm McDaniel and it's rainy like it is now, I just tell Tua and Waddle and some of the skill guys, you know what? We'll save it for week 1. We'd rather be rusty than be unhealthy because heaven forbid, like you said, something goes wrong. You're in a very, very, very tough spot to have to explain why you rolled out your starters who are already somewhat injury prone in a preseason week 3 game after 2 joint practices. Ooh, I heard the joint practices, though, the Dolphins' defense was very strong. The Jaguars are claiming their defense whooped up on our offense. I don't know. Everybody claims.
And I also heard the Dolphins were asking the Jaguars not to be so physical.
Oh, was that the whole Aaron Brewer thing? Aaron Brewer said the Bears, he basically just threw some shade at the Bears, saying the way they did their joint practice was nasty because it's not supposed to be like that. It's an unwritten rule.
Whatever, toughen up.
I mean, it's hard to say. There was always that 1 or 2 guys at practice that went 90-0, and you had to tell them, like, dude, you got to stop, man. Like, you're going to get yourself hurt. You're going to get other people hurt. You're causing nothing but problems. So I understand, when you lace them up, it's time to go. But at the same time, like, come on, man. Like, you don't want to kill each other in a joint practice.
Somebody's trying to make a team, man.
What we got?
Somebody's trying to make a team. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, it's open practice?
Yeah, like what I'm saying. Somebody's trying to make a team. So these guys are going to go full tilt.
Jonathan Owens trying to get another contract because Simone Biles is...
It could be Hammer.
They said he was hammering people. I think just the Bears are trying to change, like we are. We're trying to change our culture, change our attitude.
Yeah. And, the thing about it is you don't like when teams are using, like, all right, it's like as if the Dolphins are the team to pick on to establish your culture. If you want to establish your culture, set some foundation.
That's not good.
Play the Dolphins. They're the ones,
Yeah.
That's not good.
You need a late season to win in cold weather? Play the Dolphins. You want to be physical? Play the Dolphins. Ugh. But you know what? Until we change that narrative, that's going to exist. It's just going to exist. And I think that's what they're trying to do right now. Trying to get tough guys, trying to get leaders. Like I said, all the draft picks this year have actually looked pretty decent, for what you can take from a preseason.
Jonah's been up and down.
Right. Offensive lineman, but Kenneth Grant, and now, he hadn't practiced in the past 2 days. Is that a cause for worry? We shall see. Even Zeke Bigger is a 7th round pick. He's also playing nose tackle. He has looked decent. Everybody has talked about how decent the draft picks have played. In the past, we haven't always had that. Cam Smith might not even make the team, and he was a 2nd round pick. Lots to be decided on this Dolphins team, and we'll start deciding things because we get a game today, but it's a preseason game. Then 2 weeks from tomorrow, we get week 1 against the Colts, who I am deeming are kind of a dumpster fire. Vlad doesn't feel as though they're that much of a dumpster fire.
No, they're not. I just think they're going to win the AFC South.
No.
Yeah, I do.
Texans are a far superior team.
Their O-line stinks.
They got a good quarterback. They got some parts. They got a good coach. They're going to be good.
All right. I just think their team is not that it's not that far. And maybe Danny Dimes has a Sam Darnold type of resurrection. That can happen, but that AFC South 9 wins is going to win that, and I think they can. Just feel like, the Texans O-line is just in shambles, and I'm always going to go with the team that has a better O-line and D-line, and that's the Colts. But the Finns got to worry about that September 7th. It's going to be interesting. The last time they did was a bad loss. Remember Tim Boyle was throwing to you on the 4th and 2.
Yeah, and I was sitting here in the studio, and they were playing in Indianapolis.
Exactly. So
that's my favorite play. I mean, it's the worst play of all time.
It's one of the worst plays.
I mean, Tyreek Hill had not even turned around yet. Was 10 yards up the field, and he hit a
What
boom.
did I ask you? I was like, wait a minute.
He hit a boom mic operator. That poor boom mic operator's probably got workman's comp from freaking, what's his name, Tim Boyle. Oh, Tim Boyle makes my head hurt right now. He's still on roster somewhere, and I know internet. You can look it up. The man will probably be in the league for the next 10 years, throwing passes to assistant coaches and boom mic operators. What a life! What a life! Let's not get Tim Boyle back on the scene, guys. I know.
Well, I mean, he's in Tennessee, whatever. But I'm just saying,
Oh, Cam Ward's safe.
It was tough times. Then. It was tough times. Last year was tough times. This is why you have to have a better feeling. Look, we all gonna feel some type of angst, excitement, anxiety, worries.
You should.
Right up until 1 p.m. September 7th.
Even then,
you're gonna have two versions of this. You're gonna have that 12:45 when you got to put in your fantasy team, and then at 1 p.m. Because guess what? At 1 p.m., 30 teams, 30 fan bases have the same. No, I'm sorry, it's 28 since there's a game on Friday. 28 fan bases are gonna have the same sentiment until their game is over, and then half those fan base will have the same sentiment, and the other fan base will. The other half of the fan bases are going to be distraught. That's what it is. Enjoy this.
But as a betting man, Vlad, right now, would you bet on the Dolphins or the Colts? I'm betting with the Dolphins.
So here's the thing.
I think the Dolphins are the better team.
I don't think so.
Okay, you told me. You think
I don't think so. I think they're
line.
even. I think they're an even team because here's the thing. If the Dolphins are a 1.5 point favorite, all right, so Vegas would tell you that the Dolphins are a better team. Because you get 3 points automatically from home. So if this was a neutral site game, I think the Dolphins would be a 1.5 point favorite.
Yeah. They're a better team.
That's because of the quarterback situation. I don't think they're a better team. They have a better quarterback. And you go with the guy, you always go with the team with the better quarterback. But that's also because they're playing in the dome. You put those two teams in a chilly 33-degree weather, I think Indy might be the favorite.
Yeah, probably about 4 points.
Yeah.
Probably.
So you know what I'm saying? So I can understand that idea. They probably have him as the they have Miami because of Tua. Say what you want about the guy, but the guy's one of the top 16 quarterbacks in the league.
Obviously, yeah. Some would have him higher. Some would have him higher. All right, going to get you caught up with everything happening in and around the sports world at 7-7 over there in Ireland as the Kansas State Cats play the Iowa State Cyclones. Wildcats, Kansas State. Kansas is featured in week 0. You got the Kansas game later on today when they play Fresno State.
So right. Apparently they got a new arena or some crap like that.
Should be interesting. All right. Well, we got football here. We're going to talk about all that next here on 104.3 FM WQAM, Miami Sports Leader. Interesting second game in college football. Of course, we've got Kansas State and Iowa State playing right now in Ireland, but you've got University of Incarnate Word versus Nichols State down in Louisiana. Incarnate Word, of course. Remember, that's where Cam Ward got his start. Nichols State. I was wondering, I saw on TV people tailgating. I was like, oh, here we go, tailgating, cooking huge pieces of meat. Then I saw somebody making a gumbo, and I was like, who in the hell is making a gumbo? I thought at first it was Nebraska. I was like, why is Nebraska? And then I realized it was Nichols State, and they're down in Cajun country. So that's the reason why.
I see.
Incarnate Word supposedly favored in this game, even though Nichols State's at home. Man, we need some football. We're fired up about this one. Of course, I guess everybody's got a little more reason here in South Florida to watch that game, but Nichols State, imagine traveling to Thibodaux, Louisiana. Well, you are Incarnate Word, so there you go. Cam Ward, longtime fighters. 305-567-0560, the number to call. Once again, the weather looking like it is going to be 50-50 for the rain tonight for the Dolphins and the Jaguars at 7 o'clock.
It's crappy.
I would say, Mike McDaniel, go ahead and know when to hold him, know when to fold him, know when to run or walk away.
I'm not wilding when I'm saying that, right? Like, I mean, it's not being soft or anything like that. I'm just like, you're 2 weeks away from the start of the season. Even we've seen things. Like, I've seen Tua. I don't need to really particularly see any more Tua. It would be nice to see, but I don't necessarily have to see.
Well, as in anything in life, it's risk reward. What is the risk? Losing a marquee player for a season? What is the reward? Playing decent against the Jaguars in a preseason game?
Right.
If you put it that way, it kind of makes sense not to play your starters. And they're not, I don't think the Jaguars are playing a lot of their starters. So,
right. I don't know if Travis Hunter is playing. Is Trevor Lawrence playing?
They probably shouldn't because he's terrible. How has he gotten so bad? How has Trevor Lawrence gone from being
coaching
so good to so bad?
It's coaching.
Mm-hmm. So we got to give Dabo Swinney all the credit?
No, I'm giving Urban Meyer and Doug Peterson all the fault.
But still.
Some of the fault, not all. Let me not say that. Let me not say all. Some of the fault. I do believe that coaching and that whole draft class, I think, was hampered by that by COVID.
Mm-hmm.
You would have thought because he had a couple of years of starting at Clemson, won a national title and everything, that he would be better. But think about all those guys. We have one. You guys have both of our teams. Zach Wilson, Jets drafted him. Now he's the Miami Dolphins backup too. Justin Fields was drafted by the Bears. Now he's the Jets starting quarterback. Trevor got the big deal. He's the highest paid quarterback in the game. And Trey Lance is, he's gone through
Trey Lance
a lot. Trey Lance gone through a lot of trials and tribulations. So that draft class is going to go down as one of the worst quarterback draft class. And I just think it was just hampered by by COVID. Guys were like scrambling to try to put up a game just to showcase their skills to get drafted. Remember?
Yeah.
So that season was a loss. But there's no excuses and to be honest, why Trevor Lawrence is struggling like that. After especially that comeback, that wild card victory against the Chargers when they were down 26-0. He had like 5 turnovers and everything like that, and they came back and won. You would have thought that they would have been able to be the kings of the South, and that hasn't transpired.
No, it has not at all. So, once again, it's preseason game 1. We shall see. 305-567-0560. You can also jump up on the YouTube and Twitch. That's just 104.3 WQAM. And you can jump in. A lot of people very excited about this Dolphins game. Got a bunch of games today. Got a bunch of people parlaying today, apparently online. Cat for Life saying, I'm doing a 10-leg NFL parlay tonight. $10 pays out $6,000 for only $10. It's a big parlay. That's all I'm going to tell you. That's all I'm going to tell you. With that being said, let's get to some headlines. Week 0, college football is here. Iowa State, Kansas State, they're playing now. Kansas and Fresno State play later today at 6:30. You also got Incarnate Word versus Nichols State. That is a FCS game down there in Thibodaux, Louisiana. Dolphins, 7 o'clock kickoff against the Jags. Other games of note, you got the Ravens and Commanders. They're playing right now. Texans and Lions are about to kick off. And the Bills and the Bucs at 7:30. A lot of NFL games on today. So get that red zone fired up.
This is the last day, buddy. This is the last day. After that, everybody gets you got two to no. After today, then we play the tight ass game. You know what the tight ass game is? It's tag. It's called the tight ass game. That's when all the guys who are trying to make the league, to make the rosters, have a bunch of their asses all tight because they got to wait for the phone call if they got to go back to the facility to hand in their laptop or their tablet, and that's it. They didn't make the team. Sometimes, you know what's bad? Sometimes these guys are back at the facility working out on their own, and then they got to get that they get that call. They walk back and they see that their locker is being cleaned. Yeah. So yeah, it's tight ass day.
Yeah, they kind of warn you though a little bit, from what I understand.
Not all the time.
Sometimes I'll be like, "You're cool, man. You're cool," but then if you don't get there, you're cool.
Not all the time, buddy.
Different teams, different approaches. It's a business. Sorry. You're a great player, just not great enough for us. Sorry.
And like I talking to Channing a couple of weeks ago, Channing's like, most of these general managers, they know what their roster is. And they know the players that they want from other teams or other rosters that fit their style of play better. So what they're really doing is allowing these guys, the guys that's on their roster, to showcase themselves so that they could put something on film so that another team can get them and sign them.
Yeah, once again, another reason why you don't need to be playing all the starters for a long time tonight, if any tonight. Let these other guys showcase, get some tape, get some play. I'd be all for that. Bleacher Report has ranked their top college football players since the year 2000. Canes Ed Reed, 6th. Brian McKinney, 10th. Sean Taylor, honorable mention. Canes doing pretty well. Hopefully they will add to that list as the years go on, because they've got some talent on that team. That's going to be kicking off 1 week from tomorrow, 7:30 Hard Rock Stadium against Notre Dame. It'll be right here on 560 WQAM and 104.3 WQAM FM. AM and FM dial now for your football games. Woo! Heat are said to be actively open to moving Nikola Jovic into the starting lineup. They're also supposedly willing to trade Terry Rozier for anything.
And Malik Beasley's been cleared.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, he's been cleared from all these gambling accusations. So teams can talk to him. And you got to think about the season that he had, and now getting that off his shoulders. He's gonna have a lot to prove. And I think any team that's contending, if they get a Malik Beasley to come off the bench, that's added firepower.
Your guess would be he's going to have to take a pay cut.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, you would have to, because, I mean, everybody's salary cap is kind of situated already. But it sucks because the money he would have made, Duncan Robinson took his money.
That's true. And even though you've been cleared, you're still a risk.
Yeah, it's still a stain on your jacket.
Yeah. Ugh. That would be a team right there. Terry Rozier and Malik Beasley.
Huh?
No.
No, they're not doing that.
No. Heat aren't going to do that. The Marlins did fall to the Blue Jays 5-2. They play again today at 4:10. Jansen Junk gets the start. Marlins have been sliding lately towards the end of the season. I'm still hoping they get over 70 wins, because you told me, Vlad, that was a lock. They would definitely get 7 wins at the halfway point of the season. 70 wins, I'm sorry, at the halfway point of the season. They're crawling. They're 60-68.
So we got what? We got 34 more games.
Yeah. Just win, baby. Just win.
We good. Wait, we good, man. 60-68, we good, man.
You saw they cut Cal Quantrill.
Oh, word.
Yeah, it's just, I think they're out of the wild card hunt, and he was still owed $3.5 million, so they decided, nah, go ahead.
Okay.
It's all about the analytics. No Messi tonight. Inter Miami, they faced the worst team in the Eastern Conference, DC United, at 7:30. So last week they faced the worst team in MLS in LA Galaxy. Tonight, the worst team in the East in DC United. Should be a win, even without Messi. But kind of took some Messi heroics to beat LA Galaxy. So can't take any of these MLS games for granted. because you never know. You never know what's going to happen. Matthew Tkachuk, he's had his surgeries on his torn abductor muscle and sports hernia and will miss the start of the season for the Panthers. It's going to be kind of scary going in knowing you need 2 surgeries, Vlad. That's one of those things. Ugh, 1 surgery is enough. 2 surgeries? Ugh. But I'm glad he's finally gotten the
That's
surgeries.
pretty bad.
I mean, you get the ball rolling. You know, he gets the ball, quote unquote, rolling to return to the season. Maybe return to the USA team for the hockey in March. That is going to be in Italy. We'll see, but I'm just glad the surgeries hopefully are successful and done, and he can start to recover as soon as possible and get back to the game he loves so much. Matthew Tkachuk. With that being said, let's go ahead and take a step into the day spa. A man says he's so frustrated with his pregnant sister eating his pre-planned fitness meals, they locked them up to keep her away from them.
Damn.
That's tough, man. So his sister's on some hard times, obviously, living with him, pregnant. He's all worried about his fitness. You know, you do your thing, but he doesn't want her eating his pre-planned meals.
I mean, she is pregnant.
I know, and she is your sister, and she is on hard times.
I mean, yeah, that is your niece or nephew.
These fitness people are crazy sometimes, man. I see them at the gym all the time, and I go 5 days a week. I don't know why, but I go 5 times a week, and some of these guys and girls, they are nutty. Vlad, I don't know. You don't hit me as a guy that goes to the gym a lot, or
No.
at least in the past went a lot.
No.
Would you ever see yourself getting that weird addiction where your fitness is your life?
Hell no.
Where you can't eat, can't drink, can't smoke, can't do all these things because you want to be healthy.
No way.
Gotta be healthy, Vlad.
No, I am healthy. I'm Vlad healthy.
My thing is, I'm the same way. Like, I believe I'm extremely healthy. Maybe not in the, what would you say, the normal way of thinking, but I'm healthy. I think most people would trade to be in the health that we're in. We don't go to the doctor.
Can't afford
it. Wait, what? Oh yeah. Oh man, don't remind me. I feel every bit of it today. Watching these guys play football, amazing. I'd be dead right now.
We're back, baby. Summer's over.
Football is here. We're going to get into more of that next. This is Sports Day on 104.3 FM WQAM, Miami Sports Leader. Sports Day on 104.3 FM WQAM, Miami Sports Leader. We got college football back. Iowa State, Kansas State, top 25 matchup. K-State number 17, Iowa State number 22. We got an FCS battle right now between Incarnate Word and Nicholls State. Iowa State, Kansas State tied at 7. It's getting close to halftime, while Incarnate Word is up 3-0 with about 7.5 minutes left to play in the first quarter. Football is here. And I am very high on the Miami Dolphins. I don't know about you, Vlad. I know Notre Dame's it's a tough starting point for against Notre Dame, but this is a team that arguably has the best offensive line in the country. Has some studs on the defensive line. Reuben Bain Jr. They got a new defense coordinator here, Corey Heatherman.
Okay.
They've gone out and gotten some secondary people, some secondary help.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a quarterback that's been through all the wars and all the battles, and they went out and got him too.
Experience.
They've got an experienced running back room, and those are running backs running behind arguably the best offensive line in the country. The question mark would be your receivers. You did go out and get C.J. Daniels from LSU. Oh, man, I think there's a lot of reason to believe in this Miami Hurricanes team. And I'm not just saying for the whole season. I'm saying against Notre Dame. I think they can hang. I think they can win. Will they win? That's a different question. But I'm optimistic, very optimistic. And maybe I'm more high on Carson Beck than most people, but I do believe in him.
Here's the thing about people, right? Especially down here. Nobody knew who who Cam Ward was last season, before last season. So the fact that you didn't know who this quarterback was and he turned out to be an amazing player and the number one pick of the draft. Now you're really down on somebody you've seen who's gone through the wars. I mean, who's played in some of the biggest games in recent memory in college football. I mean, Georgia is Georgia. Every game with Georgia is a big game, especially in the SEC, especially when they're going against a ranked team. They're on television every weekend. He's gone through it all. So I don't think that you should look down on Carson Beck or don't think he can't. He's not the same player as Cam Ward. So I'm not expecting that. But what I do expect him to be is a guy who can truncate that offense up and down the field, get points, and maybe not put the defense on the field so quickly as often as that offense was scoring points last year, where the defense might be worn out, or you show the weaknesses on the defense. So I think Carson Beck is a very, very good quarterback in college football.
I think you look at Cam Ward, and he was more of just an athlete, a great quarterback.
He was more of what the quarterbacks now, the extend plays, get out the pocket, like that. It was very Patrick Mahomes-esque.
I expect Carson Beck to be more of a surgeon, just carving it up.
He doesn't have those skills that Cam Ward has, but he can stay in the pocket and he can throw the ball. Cam could do that, but he can get out of the pocket. His strength was getting out the pocket and extending plays. But when you have one of the, if not the best offensive line in football, your ass can stay in the pocket
and where feel protected should be.
and feel safe knowing that I'm not going to get hit.
Yeah,
you're not going to get hit at all. You're going to be you have a good running game. You have a great running game. Like, you have a tremendous running game
that you should lean on no matter what. No matter how good your quarterback is.
And that's the strength, because look, the Canes lost so many skill position receivers from last year.
Well, they're top 5, yeah.
I think maybe they're top 7, to be quite honest with you. But I do believe with the recruiting that the university does, that they'll replenish that and we'll see some stars. But when you have a running game and an offensive line, and I think Mario MO is ground and pound, milk the clock, take the heart, take the pretty much take the manhood out of the other team. Take that.
That's what you want.
That's the game plan for the games. I think that's the game plan. That's why I think that Notre Dame Miami game next Sunday is gonna be a hard hitting affair, bro. It's going to be a hard hitting affair. Like, I can't wait, man. Like, I really can't wait. I'm so happy that the season, an unbelievable week 1, great game today going on so far. College football is back. Last preseason game, so we don't got to deal with this BS no more. Then you get a week off, and then before you know it, September 4th comes, and it's opening night, Eagles, Cowboys, and then 3 days later, Colts, Dolphins at Lucas Oil.
And for everyone sitting there like, oh, Catholics versus convicts, like what are these?
That's done.
What do these kids know about that?
Done.
No, they see the documentaries. They know what's going on.
And that's the thing. I want that. Like, you come on, ESPN. You should put the documentary out. The 30 for 30. They gotta hype that up.
I would. But that's the thing. Like, we all know about rivalries. We all know about how things are. These guys that are born and raised in South Florida, they know about the rivalries. It's just ingrained in your culture. So for people to say that, oh, the rivalry is dead, or the players don't even remember, they might not remember, but they know. They know. It's one of those things. When you went into high school, why did you know your rival high school? Because it was part of the culture. It was part of what was ingrained in you.
You always know your rival. Bro, I would go back to my high school right now if I know that Nas is playing Lachlan in a basketball game.
There you go.
It's up and stuck forever. Forever. High school and college. See, that's a great point you brought up, Cousin. Are rivalries better in amateur sports than they are in professional sports? Like, you know how Michigan, Ohio State is the big rivalry. Knowles, Canes, Gators.
Notre Dame.
Canes, Notre Dame. Like, that is forever. Forever. Like, my high school, you know who your rival in high school was, right?
Yeah.
That's your rival forever. That's always going to be your rival forever. When you get back with your friends, back at a high school reunion, college reunion, whatever, you're going to remember that time Nas beat Lachlan or whatever. I don't know what your name of your high school was, so I don't know. I'll just make one up. Remember when Louisiana High beat Louisiana Tech High?
Yeah.
All right, boom. You're always going to remember that. Same down here. Northwestern, somebody beats Northwestern, somebody's going to remember when they beat Northwestern.
Yeah.
St. Thomas Aquinas.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You're always going to remember that. If Miramar beat American, they're going to remember that.
Yeah, pro rivalries are more built on what they do in the playoffs.
Right. Like if you withstood a team from getting to the promised land. You know what I'm saying? At least with like a team season, Dan, could be terrible. But if they beat their rival.
They wanted to fire Ohio State's coach.
John Cooper.
No.
Oh, Dan Day.
Not Dan Day. Ryan Day. They wanted to fire him before the season was over, but they let him play it out to win a national championship.
They still not happy that he won the title because he still lost to Michigan. Like, that's crazy.
Vlad, you're telling me it's more important to beat Michigan than win a national championship? I love rivalries. I don't know about that. That's too much.
It's all about winning the national title.
Right.
That's why people probably see. That's why I wanted to see the comments if somebody was going to go crazy for us. Because yes, Cam Ward was freaking phenomenal last season, right? But when we said if Carson Beck leads the Canes to a playoff and he had a better year than Cam Ward, people gonna be like, there's gonna be callers or listeners gonna be like, what are you talking about? He put up the greatest numbers at a university. Right, he did individually, but this is all about team success. So therefore, Carson Beck leads the University of Miami to the playoffs and they win a game in the playoffs. Guess who had a better season at quarterback? Carson Beck.
Yeah. It's all about the final result. That's the thing. They always say you can never take a national championship away from a coach or players. When you win them, your Super Bowl, win them, that's there forever. That's the final result. You can have all the numbers in the world, but you don't win them.
Comedians see no evil. The Hurricanes have more of a rivalry with Virginia and Virginia Tech than Notre Dame. I would have put them there. No, you're not. No, they don't.
Doesn't move the needle as much.
No, they don't. No, they don't. Virginia and Virginia Tech was not pushing Miami in 1988. No. When you have a game that's title labeled Catholics versus convicts,
and that ESPN does documentaries on it.
Yeah, they're not
maybe
doing
two
that
of
with
them.
Virginia Tech. All right, nobody's talking about that October 31st game when Corey Simon was going crazy. No, nobody's talking about that. But they're definitely going to talk about Rocket. They're definitely going to talk about Jimmy versus Lou Holtz. Yes, that's a rivalry.
Jimmy Johnson addressed the team the other day.
Ooh.
Said, go out there and make memories. Make history. You're never going to get anything against Notre Dame, he also said.
What do you mean? You're not going to get anything against
You're never going to get a call. You're never going to get anything.
Oh, yes, they should. At home?
I'm just saying.
At home, they should.
Jimmy Johnson was spurned once. He said it cost them the national championship.
What, a 31-30 loss?
Yeah, it gave Notre Dame the national championship. It cost them the national championship.
That was a 2-point conversion, bro. That was.
Miami's been cheated out of a lot.
Miami's always been cheated. I'm not gonna
that Ohio
here.
State game.
Hey, F you, Terry Porter.
That was a rough one, man.
Fair,
you were there.
Was I there? Jesus, I was so sad, man.
Did you think it happened at the time?
Dan, I've told you the story before.
Yeah.
It was Joe Zagaki's first season as the head lead play-by-play voice. Don Bailey Jr.'s first season as the lead color commentator. I was there. Joe Zagaki went into a beautiful soliloquy about what the Canes have done back to back, all of this, right? What a dynastic run this is becoming. And then it's like, I felt like the kid that ratted, that stole. Yeah, you knew exactly what had to happen, right? When you're the on-site producer of a broadcast, when a play-by-play guy is going into his thing, he might not be looking on the field, so you have to look on the field to let him know, hey, if there's a penalty, if there's a commercial break going on, all of that. So Joe Zagaki, I'm talking about, he is spitting some beautiful. He's putting words together.
He's probably worked on it for the whole season.
Maybe his life. Okay, maybe since he was a student at UM, he's been waiting for this because he's always been on that side. He's always been on the color commentator side. He had not been on the play-by-play side. And he's, beautiful. I'm talking about eloquent. And then I had to tug on his, I had to hit his arm like a child tapping his parents' arm. Like, mama or papa, see? I had to go, Joe. And he goes, oh no, there's a flag on the field. What is this? Everybody's been on the field. Celebrations. The University of Miami's wearing national championship t-shirts and hats. You can see Joe Rowe's big head on the field trying to interview people. And then all of a sudden, the referee goes, pass interference, defense. Who was the guy? Glenn Sharp, I think his name was.
That was not a pass
31, maybe? Glenn Sharp.
That was not a pass interference, by the way.
Oh, it wasn't a pass interference. Dude, he called that flag like 20 seconds later.
Yeah.
I think I was already on the flight back to Miami by the time we called that flag. And then that was it. But yeah, bro. Yeah. Nastiness.
Back to it this year, though. Joe Zagaki, you'll get your ring. I promise you. One day, you will get your ring. It starts possibly next Sunday against Notre Dame, 7:30 Hard Rock Stadium, right here on 104.3 FM WQAM. We're going to come back, talk some more Dolphins. We got a game tonight. Hell with the weather. It's happening at 7 o'clock. Dan Day, my cousin Vladimir Louison. This is Sports Day on 104.3 FM WQAM, Miami Sports Leader.
And 560 WQAM.
No matter what happens, 7 o'clock tonight between the Dolphins and the Titans, people are going to be talking about Zach Wilson and Quinn Ewers. I heard Chris Perkins earlier this week from the Sun Sentinel saying
CP.
Zach Wilson is quarterback number 2, and he should be. And if you do look at the numbers, and both games, because Quinn Ewers was absolutely awful in the first game, the numbers would show that Zach Wilson should be your backup quarterback. The experience shows Zach Wilson should be your backup quarterback.
Okay.
How does your heart feel, Vlad?
Zach Wilson should be your backup quarterback.
Yep.
I'm happy you asked this question because I was just thinking, what is people's fascination with the late round quarterback? Like, nobody's going to be Tom Brady. So enough.
That's what they want.
All right. And Brock Purdy, to be quite honest with you, was such, I don't even say diamond in the rough. They were so lucky because they choked so bad because of the Trey Lance pick that they were fortunate enough that a 7th round draft pick, Mr. Irrelevant, actually became something. But you know what that also entails, Cousin? That diamond in the rough, so to speak, was shined right by a right appraiser. Mm-hmm. When you have the right coaching under a Kyle Shanahan or a Sean McVay, they can turn those quarterbacks into stars. So, not to say that Mike McDaniel cannot, but other than Tua, who else has he done that you could say, oh yeah, Mike McDaniel's that guy that can, that can find that can hide the weaknesses and showcase more of these quarterback strength? Who?
No.
None, right?
None. I mean, I have every confidence
because it wasn't Skyler.
No.
It wasn't.
I mean, Teddy Bridgewater played for a while.
Teddy already had played already, right. So you can't use that. Teddy's already been coached.
We forget how great Teddy.
Teddy was good, man. Teddy, really Teddy won the division, NFC North division title
with the Vikings.
It wasn't Mike White. That didn't work out very well.
No.
Tim Boyle's been in the league for a long time, but no, other than but he tried with Skyler, and everybody was Skyler because if it's as if everybody, all the Dolphins fans wanted to say, you see, we got this quarterback at the 7th round. Look at that. It's like, oh, we're smarter than y'all. We got somebody in the 7th. And that was like, no, that's a particular reason why he was drafted in the 7th round. Yeah. There's a reason why.
I have every confidence that a Brock Purdy would have been drafted by someone like Carolina or New Orleans. You wouldn't even know his name right now. That'd be just my guess. And I know some people are like, oh, no, you're wrong about that. He's the next Joe Montana. I think it's a little bit of the system. I think he fits the system very well, and he does well in it.
And the other thing was, if Zach and everybody using this dumb logic, because he was a Jet quarterback, I really feel that that's the other part. He was a Jet quarterback, and the Jets drafted him, and he didn't do well with the Jets, and then that's why. And it's like, guess what? Most backup quarterbacks are going to be a quarterback from another team. That's why they're a backup quarterback instead of being a starting quarterback.
And I'm not a draft evaluator, but I watched a little bit of Zach Wilson in college, and I had him, second, third round, one of those guys. He's got a big arm, take a risk on him.
2020 draft, baby. That's what I said.
Being second overall has also kind of hurt him a little bit.
Because of COVID, bro. COVID messed up everything. Do you remember that? Do you remember who won the national championship that year?
That year, so LSU won in 2019. I don't remember 2020.
Ohio State won it that year. You know how many games Ohio State played that year?
8,
5, 6. Okay. Zach Wilson had to find games and create games for Trey Lance to showcase his abilities.
Trey Lance? I thought he was out for like a year and a half.
No, he played like one game. They had to showcase a game for him.
Ugh.
Okay, Zach Wilson as well. He didn't have that many games as well. He had one game against, I think, Coastal Carolina that really sparked everyone's interest. The only person that had a lot of quarterback starts, there were 2 of them, was Justin Field and Trevor, and people still had questions about Justin Field because they just thought he was just a one-read type of guy. But because of that, it affected that draft, and it really affected those players. And we talked about it earlier, how Trevor seems to be the only quarterback that was that's worth something from that draft, and
Mhm.
even he's going through a lot of ups and downs, more downs than ups.
Yeah.
That's why people are down on Zach Wilson, and they would love to say, "Oh my God," because in their back of their minds, they also want Quinn Ewers to be the starting quarterback.
I know. Zach Wilson has won NFL games before.
He has 33 starts, my guy. That's more than Quinn Ewers will ever have.
Some people think, you'll see. Tua gets hurt, Quinn Ewers steps up. The rest is history. I'll tell you, if it gets that bad that Quinn Ewers needs to start for this team, Vlad, it's going to be a tough season.
Wait, if he's the backup 2 or the backup 3?
No, if he's the starter.
No, but I'm just saying.
Oh, if he's backup.
If he's a starter because Tua got hurt, that's the thing. Any time these guys are starting is Tua gets hurt. We're not wishing that. We do not want that. Even I, as a Jet fan, don't want that. Okay, but just in case,
Justin, case
I make it home tonight.
You got to.
Let me stop with my Jaheim.
You got Zach Wilson.
You got Zach Wilson.
But if for some reason Zach Wilson sucks it up or gets hurt,
because I don't want to hear, "Oh, put Quinn Ewers," and then Quinn stinks it up. Then what?
Yeah, it's one thing to be the third string quarterback in a preseason game. There's no planning against you. It's another thing to start a regular season game where literally these organizations have guys or girls in the film room 20 hours a day dissecting every single thing and how they can make your weaknesses exposed and how they can make your strengths deposed. Like a whole different game plan. When a game plan is set up against you, Skylar Thompson learned that. He was always terrible, but he learned that in the Seattle Seahawks game where he couldn't figure anything out, Vlad. Anything.
Nope.
And he balls out in preseason, so everybody says, "Hey, he should be our backup, our starting quarterback." I don't know if anybody says starting quarterback, but
right, everybody goes crazy when you're going against 2s and 3s and undrafted free agents.
That's why I had to give up on Eric Izukama.
Oh man,
because he's bald in
training camp. He's a training camp MVP now. He's like Jerry Rice in training camp.
I've had to give up on some people this year.
Skylar Thompson's Joe Montana in training camp.
Well, I gave up on Skylar Thompson a long time ago. Easy, sorry. Cam Smith, although supposedly showing signs, showing signs to make the team.
Yeah, against the other team's 3s and 4s.
At least he's showing signs. All right, we'll take a break. Be back after this on 560 WQM and 104.3 FM WQM, Miami's sports leader. is my song right here. Louisiana. Born and raised in 305, Rick Ross. John. What's the name of the song? John. What a song. Oh, we got football. 7-7 halftime right now. Kansas State, Iowa State. Incarnate Word, formerly Cam Ward University, taking on Nichols. I don't know if they're still Nichols State. They just say Nichols. They're up. Nichols is up 13-3.
Shout out my boy Nichols. What up, Steve? The number was 5, so we call him Nickel.
No, that's a good number. No. I hate when dudes do that at the gym. Yo, man, you could throw me a dime. I'm like, what? Like a 10. I'm like, just like throw me 10 pounds, man. Like, hey, you got a quarter? Gym life is tough, man. I'm glad it's the weekend. I don't go on the weekends for multitudes of reasons, but mainly because I just hate going to the gym and I don't want to ruin my weekend by going to the gym.
You hate the gym.
I think most people, if they're honest, we asked last week, like Dolphins fans, if you're honest, would you rather win 0 games this year or 10 games? And I was surprised. A lot of Dolphins fans said they'd rather lose every game this year than to win 10 games and possibly make a playoff because they need change. That's how bad it's gotten. Whew, man, I'll take the 10 wins every year. That's just me. And then I think if you ask most people, honestly, do you like the gym? Do you like going to the gym? Most of them would say, no. I like the results, but I don't like the gym.
Yeah, because they got to go continuously. It's not something people think they go to the gym one week. They should see instant results like immediately. Yeah. No, it's a years. It's a day by day.
Yeah, it's a year by year program,
month by month. Yeah, year by year program. Yeah, you're never gonna be happy.
And I love the people that start at the gym, and they're all for lack of a better term, water and vinegar, and they're all excited. I'm like, that excitement's gonna go away quick. Sure enough, the next week they're like, oh, God. And then you never see them again. I'm like, yeah, I caught up with them. Gym life is not my fun life. Some people, everybody likes something. There's people who told me they like doing yard work. They find it therapeutic. I was like, oh, you can come get some therapy in my yard because I hate doing yard work.
What do you do yard work? What I look like?
That's not my job. I mean, now if I got paid for it, that's different.
We all, come on now. If we all got bread for it, yeah, nobody be upset.
But I'm not a fan. Not a fan of it. Oh, I got a big one tonight, Vlad.
What's up?
Supposed to go to Colombian world music artist Bomba Estéreo at Hard Rock Live. Now, most of my life, and if you haven't followed my life trail, which I mean, very few people have, but if you want to follow it, started in New Orleans, Louisiana, where
Creole.
Yes, but I was also somewhat of a minority in New Orleans, Louisiana, especially my high school, as we were talking earlier. I went to Wisconsin, where I definitely was not a minority.
No, you weren't.
Holy crap, Vlad. You've been to Wisconsin?
I've been.
Whew, beautiful state, great people.
They can party.
Not a lot of hoods in Wisconsin.
Not many Vlads out there.
So I've lived in, of course, went to Baton Rouge for LSU, which, 50-50. California, you could maybe say 50-50 because although I was in Palm Springs, so that's a little different, Vlad, than LA. And then, of course, I live here in Miami. Tonight, I'm going to be in the minority of people at the concert. And when I say that, I mean there's going to be mostly Colombian people there, which is fantastic and fun.
See, I like doing that. I've gone to big rock.
Yeah, you go to rock concerts.
I go to rock concerts, and you know that I'm definitely.
Everybody loves you, though.
Oh, come in. What's not to love? It's like, where's Vlado? Forget where's Waldo. Where's Vlado? And yeah, I'm gonna stick out like a sore thumb because I'm dark. So therefore, yeah, I'm gonna stand out. So yeah, I've been to big rock shows. There was a big rock show this past couple. The Who was there?
Yeah, didn't you go to Sammy Hagar or something?
I went to Van Hagar.
You were one of two.
No, I was one of 2,000. There was a lot of people there, bro.
No, I'm talking about you were one of two.
Oh, black people?
Yeah.
Yes. I saw the other one. We looked at each other like it was a Spider-Man meme.
What
it was
are you
like,
doing here?
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
And then it's like, do you know any of these Van Hagar songs? I was like, yeah. I was like,
of course.
Because I'm like, are you just here because you're here for drunk middle-aged rock girls, or are you here because you actually like the music?
I think both.
It's a little bit of both.
It's everything both.
Yeah, it's not even a little bit. It's all about both.
Well, that's what's cool about sporting events. For the most part, there's a great mix of people, male, female, all different, orientations and heritages. It's always fun. So that's what I do like that about sports games. But I do understand that certain bands are targeted to certain groups of people, and all people like the music. And I mean, I like Bombas Stereo now that I've started to listen to them because I'm going to the concert. But we'll see how it goes tonight. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. So if you're going tonight, and I mean, if you're a lot of Colombian people, that's always a good thing, at least in my book. There's gonna be some action there. Although last time I went to a concert there, it was all guys and all guys older than me. So that's
you can't go to Sausage Fest, bro.
Well, it's Jane's addiction, man. What are you gonna do?
No, I mean, it says it in the words.
Well, they're not. They got into a fight a week later, and they have now broken up.
Jane's addiction. Addicts.
Perry, my hero, Perry Farrell, lead singer. He punched Dave Navarro on stage for no reason. Had to end the show in Boston.
Oh my God.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, he was he skeeted up?
He was pretty messed up.
Yeah, he was skeeted up.
I met him one time and he was drank a lot of wine. That's all which is not the worst thing I could say about.
No, drinking wine is other.
I can talk about musicians. There's one in particular, lead singer of a band. He was even on shows like MTV about addiction and how he had gotten over his addiction and how proud he was. Did an interview with him, told me I work out every day. I don't do drugs anymore. I don't do anything anymore. I'm all about my health and my wife. I'm walking into the bar, club, whatever, music venue. Manager goes, "You need to go get your boy out the back." I said, "My boy? He's got a needle in his arm and he's passed out."
Oh, man.
I walked back. He was passed out with a needle in his arm. And I was like, I lost so much respect for that individual. And like I said, I'm not going to call him out on the air because we all go through our problems. But man, I mean, that you went on TV and you went on my radio show and you preached about all this, and then that you're still doing, man.
Damn, needle in his arm?
Needle in his arm passed out. What do you do? Like, I was like, dude.
He was on that Errol Flynn?
I was like, dude, I'm not a paramedic. I don't know. He's like, well, should we call the paramedics? I said, no.
No, man, let him pass out.
I was like, where the hell is his tour manager? Because and by the way, this band's tour manager was a jerk, for lack of a better term. Was always a jerk. I was like, go find that you know what, and tell him to deal with it. He knows what he's doing. Sure enough, they revived him, and then they went right back to being just huge, you know what? Don't talk into this microphone. I was like, oh my God. Like, your lead singer was passed out with a needle in his arm. I can't speak into his migrophone because I might give him an illness. Oh,
he might give you. That's nasty work.
Maybe he was protecting me.
He might have been protecting
you. I'm talking to his microphone.
Oh, yeah, that's nasty work, bro.
Yeah, I'll tell you off the air. And
I know, but I mean, it's just.
And if anybody wants to know, you can DM me at Dan Day Radio on all my social medias. I'm very open and honest there.
No, I've seen, like, look, bro, I've been around people's, like, there's nothing sad to see a beautiful girl with a needle. I was like, come on, man, that's nasty work, yo.
What, Vlad, you and I both combined been in broadcasting for over 40 years. That's one of the moments that really stood out to me. Meeting Zoe Kravitz, because she was just unbelievable looking and had a good personality, was one of the moments that stood out in my life. What's maybe one or two of the moments in your life that really just kind of, I'll say this, rarely has this situation or the stage been too big for me. Those were two times I was like, whoa, it's a little too much for me.
I've never, to be quite honest with you, I've never felt like, whoa, this is crazy.
But you never got caught aback or any kind of.
I would say there was one moment here in South Florida. Shout out to Liquid Todd. He was working at Power 96 at the time. Liquid Todd was really dope DJ and one of the dope producers and engineers, like for production and all of that. He was filling in, I think, for DJ Laz, who was doing a 6 p.m. show. And it happened to be, I think, around after 9/11, and Hove was coming to town, and Hove was Jay was promoting the Blueprint album, And I was supposed to go to college. I was going to grad school at St. Thomas, and I was supposed to go to class, and I just skipped class and went straight to work. And Liquid Todd was doing the interview, and I can tell you right now, Todd had not the slightest clue of any Jay-Z information. So when I went in there, I gave him all the info and everything like that. And Hove appreciated, Liquid Todd appreciated. Hove showed love. Hove gave me tickets for the show that night. So that was one, because I was like, that's my guy. That's Brooklyn. And the second time was in LA, Ariana Grande.
Oh yeah, you told me about that.
I was like, whoa, like that was the first time I was like, oh, that's a pop star. Like, that's a pop star. Like, the whole, like, the bodyguards, the whole movement, the entourage.
Yeah, a pop star isn't a standalone person.
Yeah, like, I was like, oh, that's what a pop star is. Okay, like, we've seen them. Crap, we probably met them, but to see it in full display like that,
it's crazy.
That was different. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, they went through the back. There's only one people that know about the back entrance. That's the code. That's the workers. But the way they blocked off that back entrance, Dan, you would have thought the president was coming through. That's how it was like, oh, okay. Oh. And then you see this little 4-foot, beautiful, elegant, diminutive person come through, and it's like,
Boca Raton's own.
Yeah, she's got a presence. I will say
West
that.
Palm Beach, one or the other. I think she's Boca.
She has a presence.
She hadn't gotten as far in life as she has without having some skill. Got to give her props. Yeah, I will say that's one of the most touching moments in my life was 9/11. And I was in college at the time, so I wasn't broadcasting or doing anything. And we're coming up on the anniversary.
24 years.
God, man.
Yeah, 9/11 is gonna be able to rent a car on its name next year. That's how long it's gonna be. That's how long it's been.
Man,
we've been through some ish, baby.
On and off the air, yes.
Yeah, we've seen some things.
Oh,
we've seen a lot in our life.
I will say one of my highlights and at the same time lowlights, when I was in Baton Rouge, race riots broke out. And I was on the way back from a trivia night, and I got stopped because the race riots took over the street. And I broke up my equipment and started playing, like Bob Marley and John Lennon. I got arrested for that. So I was proud that I was, helping at the same time. Not very proud of going to jail, because don't ever learn this. Just learn it from me. You don't go in and out of jail, by the way. If you get arrested on a weekend, you got till Monday, because that's when the judge will see you. There's no quick ins and outs. And Big Lynn doesn't take phone calls that she doesn't know. How many phone numbers have you memorized, Vlad?
Not too many. Back in the days, you did. Now, never.
Now, yeah. Somebody asked me for somebody's phone number the other day. I was like, how would I know that?
Fam, because all you got to do, listen, the apps and technologies just,
they made us dumb. I don't even know what your number starts with, and I talk to you all the time.
Dan, I just know your number starts with the area code from where you're from.
Right, from South Louisiana.
Other than that, I don't know. There's literally 3 numbers that I can remember right now.
Well, just start putting in 225 and start dialing numbers, and maybe you'll get me.
That's literally 3 numbers I can remember right now, and only because those numbers have not changed over the period of time, over the length of the friendship. That number has changed.
Yep. And when someone says, "Oh, I got a new number," I just rewrite it, and I never.
If you tell me you got a new number, it's almost to the point where it's like, do we need to continue this friendship? I don't want nothing new. I don't want
Okay.
I don't want nothing new. But seriously, I can't remember. I can't remember no numbers.
I'm trying to remember my girl.
Can you remember your girl's number?
I had to talk about that yesterday. The guy called me for something and was like, well, what's her number? And I was like, oh, let me get it. I gave him the number and I was like, let me check. And I was not totally wrong. The area code and the first 3 digits I mixed up. I try to remember that, as bad as it sounds, in case I need it once again, if I get caught in a tough situation, which I have been before. But yeah, I sort of have tried to learn that one.
Like I know my sister's number.
Okay, well, you got that.
My dad's number, my house number.
Yeah.
Their house number. Yeah, no, their
Mhm.
house number. I don't remember anybody else's, bro.
Nope. I mean, if you put a gun to my head and said, "What's the first digit of your phone number, Vlad?" I'd go, might as well pull that trigger.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, man. If you tell me that, yo, if any of my girls ask me to remember what's my number, I would be like,
but I don't think that's the world we live in now. Like,
because dog, you put the contact in, all you got to do is just use the voice. Hey, call Dan Day.
Yeah,
calling Dan Day now, and then they call you, and that's it. Boom. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's going on, man?
Yep.
That's it. Call whoever. But now I literally gotta remember the number. Jeez.
Big Lynn still has a rotary phone.
Remember? What if there was payphones? Are there still payphones to this day?
There's still payphone stands. I think there's a few payphones here and there.
What's the payphone stand for? Just for the pay? Like, is there a payphone?
Like by Jensen's liquor store. I went and saw our guy Manny the other day. Our man Manny and Don Julio. There's a not next to Jensen's, but like across the street. There's a dilapidated old payphone that doesn't work. The phone's gone. Someone stole it, but the little box is still there. I was like, man.
Payphones. Nobody uses payphones anymore.
I mean, most people don't even carry money.
Quarters and change,
change, or even I'm the only person. Well, I shouldn't say that. I was the last person to carry cash, so we'll see. Yeah, you're gonna bust. I mean, nowadays it must be 50 cents to make a payphone call, right?
But yeah, was he with you the other day? That conversation, like, oh, it wasn't. No, it was my boy. Or my other boy. We're like, yo, would you? If you cop some things, right? Will you pay? Do you use quarters? Do you use change?
They hate me. They hate me so much, man.
No, I'm just saying, like, if you go see your boy, right? Or you went to go, okay, say you go to Jensen's, right? To go get some liquor.
Yeah.
Would you give them a roll of quarters?
They hate me. Manny can tell you he hates me. No, he loves me. But yeah, like if it's like $2.18, I give him $2. A dime and 8 pennies because I gotta get rid of my pennies, and they hate me because they don't want those pennies.
I was thinking
they're about to stop making pennies. You know that.
You know, before people had to figure out ways to get their vices. So, however you went, whatever you did to handle your vice, to pay for your vice,
yeah,
cool. But I wonder if you ever had to use a roll of quarters to pay for your vice. Like, are you gonna give the tree man a roll of quarters and tell him, yo, this is a 10, man?
I had someone tell me the other day that they buy it over Venmo, and I was like, dude, why would you do that? That's a paper trail. He goes, nobody cares.
I mean, yeah, you just put pizza. Nobody's gonna know it's pizza,
right? But I mean, if it ever does get down to it, there is a.
Well, you know what? You're right, because to bring it back to sports, that's how that
homeboy Terry Rozier got caught.
Not Terry Rozier, but not only Terry Rozier, but the quarterback in college. He was under This was just last week.
Yeah, didn't he say he thought he was joking?
He was just joking. He was joking with his friends when he was repaying them back, and then on the note, because they always want to know what the payment's being sent for. So you just got to come up with creative ways. And then he said something about bets, and obviously, all-seeing eye saw that, and they were like, "Hey, what did you mean by that?" So yeah,
I'm joking.
I was joking. I don't joke around like that, bro. That ain't the time to be joking around. Not when you were in athletics.
Not when you're gonna have to stand up in front of a court of law. Let's get to some headlines. Week 0 college football here. Iowa State and Kansas State. They're playing right now. 7-7, 9:23 left in the third quarter. Incarnate Word and Nicholls State are playing right now. Nicholls, 13-3 as they get close to halftime. Later day, Kansas, Fresno State play at 6:30. I always thought Fresno State could be a powerhouse because of the location and just everything. They've had some good years though, but have never been a powerhouse.
Who?
Fresno State.
Yeah, they'll never become a top 10 team. It might be a top 20, maybe get as close to top 15.
I thought maybe they could
never get over to the top 10.
Be on the projection of like a Boise State. I always thought they could kind of be in that area. But no, Fresno's a little dumpy from what I hear.
It's Fresno, bro. No disrespect to Fresno, but that ain't the spot you really want to be.
Not that nice. Okay.
You're not jumping up to NorCal to go to Fresno.
Dolphins have a 7 o'clock kickoff against the Jags. They have a top-notch facility. You'll be in the locker room tonight getting some sound, Vlad. Other games of note. Ooh, I mean, look at this Ravens-Commanders game that's going on.
It's all Ravens.
Texans, Lions, Bucks, Bills at 7:30.
I'm happy my team is done. They played yesterday, lost to the Eagles 19-17. Nobody played. Just want to get through these next 2 weeks. No injuries. Get all the guys with the aches and pains, get them all healthy. And then you just want to see September 7th, your team just play. That's it. The real guys play.
Yep. Bleacher Report has ranked their top college football players since 2000. Ed Reed, number 6. Brian McKinney, number 10. Sean Taylor earned honorable mention, number 1. Tim Tebow, number 2. Cam Ward. But Cam Ward really only kind of played 1 year. I don't know.
So, I mean, a lot of guys just had one great season. Joe Burrow had one great season, bro.
Yeah, but he played 2 years. He actually had a good first year at LSU. It's just we didn't know he was Joe Burrow yet. He didn't know he was Joe Burrow yet. Then they got Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase, and, well, the rest is history. Speaking of good and bad, the Heat are said to be actively open to moving Nikola Jovic into the starting lineup. They're also willing to trade Terry Rozier for a bag of basketballs.
Oh, I thought you said for Baskin Robbins. I would have been like, I'll do that.
That is a good deal,
especially for the Heat. For the Heat, not for Baskin Robbins. It's all on Spo, bro. It's all on Spo.
Imagine going to a Baskin Robbins. Terry Rozier's behind you, like, can I get some rainbow sherbet? And he'd be like, yeah. Like, how'd you end up here? He's like, I got traded.
He got traded for.
They have a Baskin Robbins now at Kaseya Center, but part of the trade was Terry Rozier.
It's all on Spo with this team, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got these young guys. You don't got the Jimmy drama to deal with. This is pretty much Bam and Tyler's team, but you got some young guns that if you give them the opportunity and the experience, they can really be the new center of your team, the new nucleus of your team.
One of the projections has them going 42-40, so that would be an improvement.
I mean, that's all right. Depending on how the East is, that could be fifth or sixth in the East.
Yeah.
Or if it's a crazy season, that might be seventh. That might be seventh, eighth, where you're still playing in the play-in. Their best scenario, they're a playing. They're not a playing team. They're fifth or sixth.
Dare we dream of
worst scenario? They don't make the playoffs. Where do they fall in the middle? They're probably a playing team, a 7th or 8th seed. At best, maybe 6.
The Marlins, they did follow the Blue Jays 5-2 yesterday. Play again today at 4:10. Jansen Junk gets the start. Oh yeah, always good. No Messi tonight. Inter Miami, they face the worst team in the Eastern Conference, DC United, 7:30. Thomas Rungan. He was the coach of DC United when they won the first MLS Cup.
Nice, TR.
A little pull together right there. I wonder what TR is doing right now because it's interesting. He's from Amsterdam.
Yeah, I mean, he's not doing a radio call? I think he is.
Okay. No, but I'm saying right now at this moment.
Oh, I don't know right now. He's probably chilling, enjoying a drink.
That's what he does. He chills. And Matthew Tkachuk, he's going to be chilling for a while. He had surgery on his torn abductor muscle and sports hernia. He's going to miss the beginning of the season for the Panthers. We kind of all saw this coming, didn't we? We
didn't, healthy, man. That's all
we didn't think Matthew Tkachuk was not going to have surgery. You know what I mean? It's just now that it's done, it's done. You know what I'm saying? Like Big Lynn, keep referencing her. She's like, I don't want to go to the doctor because he's going to tell me something's wrong. I'm like, well, something's wrong. You might as well bite the bullet and go now and not go later. Maybe it'll go away. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, if you avoid hearing bad news,
you don't hear bad news.
You don't hear bad news.
That is a Creole culture right there. Well, I mean, if you don't go around someone that can tell you bad news, you'll never hear the bad news. Right? Doesn't change the fact of what's happening. No, it doesn't. But I feel better in that. It's like yesterday, I went to get my car fixed because I had a little coral problem. The guy fixed at Magic Motors over here on 71st and Biscayne. And, I heard some weird sounds, and I thought there was some lagging. I was like, maybe it's just me. Let me just bring it in. He calls me back. He goes, you don't have any problems with your car. It's like, that's the best news you could ever tell me. Now watch, 2 weeks from now, Vlad.
Oh, there's going to be a problem.
Oh, yeah. I'd be like, dude, why didn't you tell me? He's like, you didn't have a problem back then. Like, Oh man. But for now, but like you say, Vlad, I feel good now. I've been cleared.
Can't tell me nothing right now.
Now I'm feeling good. With that being said, let's go ahead and feel good and step into the day spa. New study shows Gen Zers oftentimes have their parents compose their resumes, apply for jobs, and bring them to the interview.
Yeah, I know that.
I mean, dude, this isn't dance school.
Yeah, that. Okay.
So your mom and dad make your resume, apply for jobs, and come with you to the interview.
Mom wants to do that just off the gate on her own.
No.
So I really don't see the problem with that. Unless you're trying to say that Gen Zers don't know,
I don't care who you are. You don't need your parents putting together all your stuff for you.
I'm not upset with it.
Okay.
If the parents want to do it to get you out the house, then I have no problem with that.
It might be a strategic
It might
move
be
by
more
the
of a
parents.
strategic move than you think. It might not, it might be like, all right, man, like whatever I have to do to get this.
It might be the Gen Xers
Right.
being like, you know what? This is my move now.
Yeah, like, all right, cool.
That is a good idea. That's a good observation. Observation. Tyreek Hill has not practiced. Not going to play tonight. I don't like that you're saying, I was going to ask you, is that an or no problem? We'll talk about it next here on Sports Day 104.3 FM WQAM, Miami Sports Leader. So be it. Most of the starters supposed to start tonight for the Miami Dolphins as they take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. 7 o'clock pregame. Going to be starting right after us at 4 o'clock. We'll have postgame. We'll have it all. Tyreek Hill not playing tonight, which shouldn't be alarming, but it's the combination of last year walking out on the team, this year Tua Tagovailoa and saying it's going to be a healing process for him, myself, and the whole entire team. Tyreek Hill's been out with this oblique injury a whole lot in this preseason. And from what I'm understanding, Vlad, and I don't have that much knowledge, but from what I'm understanding, Tua and Tyreek aren't exactly getting along in camp. Is it time to start saying, uh-oh, we might be in some trouble? Because I've said all year, one of the barometers of this team is Tyreek Hill. If Tyreek Hill balls out, this team is going to be very good. If Tyreek Hill 3 weeks in says, you know what, screw this, I want to be traded, we're in some trouble.
Big trouble.
Right now, I feel as though we're walking a tightrope. And you say Tyreek Hill said everything right during camp. He said he needs to be more of a leader. I don't know if he said everything right, although the part about I'm taking notes for the first time in my career and I'm going to dedicate myself 100% for the first time in my career, that was a little offsetting. Because you should be taking notes and giving 100% of yourself.
Right. He was just saying things just to say things. And then he also said he was also voicing his opinion about what players should be in certain plays, certain goal line stands and all of that. So, yeah, he's trying to make amends, but he's also voicing his opinion in ways where it could be, if not explained right, it could be taken wrong, because then you have to ask Devon Achane about what he does mean by that, and then he has to answer that. And it seems to me after 4, this is his 4th season, right?
Right.
They're getting sick and tired of answering Tyreek questions.
Now they just get to the point Tyreek is Tyreek. He is who he is. He's going to be himself. They don't even get into it anymore. I'm starting to worry about that expiration date, Vlad.
Oh, this is what, didn't I tell you this last year when I said both Jimmy and Tyreek, you're in a situation where you're going to have to give these guys money, a contract extension, and all of a sudden now you're stuck with a fan base and personnel that do not know. The fan base wants the player to stay there because they've seen the success with the player and how the players brought more notoriety to the franchise. But then it gets to a point where the talent is not worth the consequence. And this is where we're at right now with Tyreek. And I think a lot of people are seeing that with Tyreek, because if you notice, this is probably the lowest expected output from Tyreek in his 10 years in the NFL. I can't recall the last time people expected him, especially in fantasy, that he's on. They expect him to get less than 1,000 yards. That's crazy, because at least he's still 30 at 31. He's still, to me, a top 5 receiver. But for the expectations for him to get under 1,000 receiving yards, you have to look at the fact that I believe, Dan, that Dolphin brass put his name out there in the trading blocks, and they did not like what they heard in response to a trade package. I don't think they liked what they were hearing, because you would think with Tyreek's name, Tyreek's stature, 2nd, 3rd round, if you could gain, you could sweet talk somebody, you might be able to get a 1st round. Ooh. And I think a lot of the teams looked at him like, at his age, he's not worth the risk. And I think that's a problem right now.
And he's always getting in trouble. And say he's cleaned up his act this year. Well, we say it all the time. Cheetah don't change his spots.
Everybody changes their act when it's time to get paid.
Right. And I also say this. Everybody on the first day of school says, I'm going to be the best student. I'm going to be the suavest guy or girl at school. I'm going to pick up all the guys and girls. I'm going to be the smartest student. I'm going to commit myself. And they mean it. Don't get me wrong. They mean it. And I think Tyreek Hill's like, he means it. Like, he wants to be a leader. He wants to be, focused on the game. But saying it at the beginning of the camp, you got to prove it throughout the whole season. And we know that's one of those things. I'm starting to worry, Vlad. I'd say my worry level on a scale of 0 to 100, 0 being, of course, lowest, 100 being the highest. My worry level's maybe higher than most, but I'm at like 70% worried right now about this.
Well, I want to know the injury. I want to know what the injury
is.
It's
an oblique.
Okay, so now we've been hearing a lot about oblique. Now, is it an injury that if the season starts, he can play through it with it? Or is this an injury that's going to be hampering? Because now this is when I'm going to start getting a little.
Okay, I'm going to give you another.
No. I'm going to start.
Let me finish. Little telltale sign.
Let me finish this. This is when I'm going to start looking at management, because he got paid already.
Mm-hmm.
If he's banged up, you want him healthy. So are you going to do you want him to be there in the beginning of the season and not be there maybe at 100% and not giving you his best?
Because we know what not 100% Tyreek Hill gets you. 950 yards, basically. Almost 1,000. Another thing, Vlad, maybe it'll concern you a little more. Mike McDaniel has not spoken much about Tyreek Hill. And we know Mike McDaniel, he loves to talk about things he wants to talk about. He does not like talking about things that bother him, a.k.a. Jalen Ramsey. Why haven't we heard that much from Mike McDaniel about Tyreek Hill?
Shoot him some bail, maybe, because everybody knows that's the number one guy. Other than him and two are the two guys that people talk about with this franchise. So, and the fact that it's easy, Tyreek's almost easy. You can make up a story about Tyreek and people are going to talk about it. So if you neutralize it by not mentioning his name or mentioning anything about him, then therefore the media will not ask questions outside of the usual, is Tyreek healthy enough to practice? How long do you expect him to be out? That sort of things. Now, when you get into the, doesn't seem like Tua and Tyreek have a great relationship. While it's absolute fair for the media to ask, the coaching staff or the players don't have to answer that.
No.
And they probably get a little bit annoyed about it because your mindset and focus is about the season, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you're thinking about September 7th. You don't want to be talking about your man. Like, damn, put it this way, bro. If I'm out and about, or you're out and about, you're always out and about, right? More so than I am, a little bit more, right? So, but we're outside.
Yep.
If you're outside at at Duffy's one day, shout out to Gatsby's back in the day. My man, that was a great spot. Joe and Mark show. Shout out to our boy Virgil Viagra. If you're out there at Duffy's, right? And they're like, "Oh, great show, Dan. I love listening to you." And they constantly asking you about, "Hey, what's going on with Vlad?" And say I had beef with Len. What's going on with Vlad and Len?
I'd be like, I really don't want to talk about that right now.
Right?
That doesn't really bother or concern me very much.
Even though I could have talked about it, even if
it bothers me, I don't want to talk about it away from work.
Right. Even if other shows talked about it. Right. And they know you're my boy.
Right.
But they're constantly asking you about me. Something that has to do with me.
Right.
I can understand if you get upset and frustrated because it's like, well, why are you asking me questions that has nothing to do with me?
Right. Well, no. I mean, and I do get it all the time. And I understand that's what look, Chris Perkins from the Sun Sentinel came on one of the shows the other day and said this team has done addition by subtraction. They're trying to get rid of the distractions. They're trying to get rid of people or players they feel as though is detrimental to the team. So they might not be as good on paper as they were last year, but they might be a better team because they have more camaraderie and they have more stick-to-itness and more toughness. And I'll tell you this as a Dolphins fan, that doesn't make me overly excited, but what it does give me, Vlad, is your favorite four-letter word. Well, maybe not your favorite. Don't give me your favorite four-letter word. Your favorite FCC-appropriate four-letter word. What is that word, Vlad?
Hope.
Yes, it gives me hope.
We all have that right now. We all have hope up until 1 p.m. Sunday, September 7th.
I'm ready to roll.
Everybody has
I'm ready to roll tonight at 7 o'clock.
Everybody has hope until there's a crooked number on the left hand of the column, right under the L.
What a nice 0 and a round number.
Hey, if you have a round number on there after week 1 at 4:44 Sunday afternoon, September 7th. If you still got a 0 there, your hope intensifies.
ESPN released their most watchable and least watchable 1 through 31. Was it 132 teams in the NFL? They released 32, 1 through 32, most to least watchable teams. The Dolphins fell right there at 18, right in the middle, Vlad, as you would expect. They said the drama lines with Mike McDaniel and Tua Tagovailoa they're they're unbearable to watch if they have injuries. When Tua gets injured, when A-Chain gets injured or is injured, this team is very, very hard to watch. So they fell right in the middle. Right below them, the Indianapolis Colts. Let's get ready for week 1. Should be fun.
See, I may be I don't know. Maybe I don't think the Dolphins are bad as everybody's making it seem out to be. Like, I'm hearing it, and you would think as a fan of your ops, I would be, and I'm like, nah, Pete Prisco, you kind of short selling this team. Like, I see a lot of teams thinking that the Dolphins are gonna be a last place team. I'm like, I don't think that. I'm not high on the Patriots that everybody is.
No, I think the Dolphins are capable of. No, they're not capable of winning 15 games. They're also not capable of only winning 5 games. I think they're somewhere in between. I personally think they're going to win 10, but once again, I have that 4-letter word right now in my vocabulary that I love to lean on, and that's hope. I have hope that things will work out. They'll be healthier. Anthony Weaver will scheme up some defense. Mike McDaniel will get back to his offense. Tua will be throwing bombs to Tyreek. They'll figure it all out. It'll be good.
One word, 4 letters, has an O and an E, and it leads you to a lot of trouble. It leads you to the delusions of grandeur. And that's hope.
Hope. Something or nothing next here on 560 WQAM. Let's do some something or nothing where I go through some of the things that are happening in and around the world. And Vlad, you decide whether it's something or nothing at all.
Okay.
Start with the sports world, of course. Bears, Ben Johnson slams sloppy offense, says not good enough.
It's something. I don't think this is going to work out too well.
Uh-oh.
He's too angry. I don't know if his personality and Caleb Williams' personality are going to mesh.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Like he's giving me Josh McDaniel type of vibes when McDaniel went to the Broncos. You understand what I'm saying? Like he wants to prove that he's under the big shadow of Man Campbell. So the same way McDaniel wanted to get out of the shadow of Belichick, I think Ben Johnson's going to do that. And considering they're in the same division and everything like that, I like to see the relationship, how that goes on throughout the year between Ben Johnson and Caleb, because I don't know if Caleb's carefree mindset and Ben Johnson's intensity are going to mesh.
I just don't like all the pressure that's been put on Caleb Williams. I don't think that's justified. It's only his second year, and I thought his first year was fine.
If you look at the numbers, yes, but what happened is you're always going to be compared to the guy after you. And when Jaden Daniels takes his team to the NFC Championship game, and you're on a Bears team that still doesn't have a quarterback that's thrown for 4,000 yards ever in its history, the franchise history, there's gonna be pressure put upon you.
Did you hear that Wrexham co-owner Rob McElhenney is now simply called Rob Mack? He's changed his name. Is that something or nothing?
Is that the guy from
Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Yeah. Okay.
Great show, by the way.
It was a great show.
It's still on, by the way.
Oh, it's still on?
I think it's the longest running live comedy ever.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Is that Fox's thing? Just to have the longest running Fox FX just have the longest running animated series and then have the longest running series. I guess it's something for him. People are gonna call you by the name that you want them to call you.
There you go. I guess Rob Mack. Easy.
Rob Mack sounds like an artist name. Like you're right, GP20. It does sound like an artist name.
Venus Williams returning to the U.S. Open at age 45. She's not gonna quit.
I love it. I'm a big Venus fan.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I love the sisters, but of course, I'm a brother. But I love the Williams sisters.
Do you find them attractive?
I find Serena very attractive. Okay. I find Venus very pretty. Okay. They have their elegance. They have their own their different style. Yeah, they je ne sais quoi. So but good for Venus, man, because people forget that's how great Serena's dominance was. Y'all forgot how great Venus was. Venus Absolutely. Was Venus, I always say, The Godfather and Godfather 2, two great movies. Why you love The Godfather 2? Because The Godfather was that great. Mm-hmm. That's Serena and Venus.
I understand. Venus, great. Serena, maybe a little bit better, but
Serena's a lot better.
Doesn't take away the greatness of Venus.
Serena, yes, exactly.
Speaking of greatness, I know you'll like this one. Cristiano Ronaldo makes history with 100 goals for 4 different clubs. First player with 100 goals, 4 different clubs. Something or nothing.
That's something. You know how I feel about Ronaldo, Cristiano. That's my guy.
Al Nassr, Man U, Real Madrid, and Juventus.
He joins Neymar and another player back in the days, and I think Brazilian player Romario is the only guys to score goals for three or more teams.
Goodness gracious, that's crazy. You heard about Big X the Plug?
He got busted, right? He's in jail.
He got arrested in Dallas hours after releasing a country album.
Yeah, well, what are you gonna do? They don't want no brother singing country.
Big X. Oh, no. Take that back. Take that back.
I'm just kidding. I said I'm just kidding. I kid.
2 names come to mind immediately.
Jelly Roll.
Well, he's not a brother, but that's okay.
I'm just kidding. No, Darius Rucker. Yeah.
Shabuzi.
Yeah, Shabuzi. Him. Cowboy Carter. Beyonce.
There you go. Big X the Plug is huge, by the way.
Well, that's hence the name Big X the Plug.
It's a complicated name, though.
I don't know if country want to know what's a damn plug. Is that what you connect the outlet with? Yeah. That's the plug they're thinking. They're not thinking.
That's not
Is
him.
that where you put the Glade in?
That's not him. He's not that guy. Big X the Plug and Jelly Roll did enter a glass case of emotion in a new Box Me Up music video.
Oh man, that's heavy.
Jelly Roll, man. I got to give Jelly Roll credit. He looks like the thinner of the bunch.
Well, I mean, he did lose weight to go wrestle Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre with Randy Orton at SummerSlam early this month.
Yeah. Scientists say they have proof through mathematics that God exists. Something or nothing.
That's something.
That is a mathematical equation I don't even know how to start with right there.
You missed that layup. These ladies are terrible.
Are you betting on this game?
Yes.
Is that why you're watching Atlanta?
Yes.
In New York, WNBA in the middle of the day?
Yes.
Okay.
You better hit this three. Oh, this is terrible.
Man.
Come on, it's gambling, baby.
It's almost that time, man. Football's here to save the day. Football is here to save the day. Do you chase your bets at the end of the night? Like if you're a little down?
I am going to tonight because there's some games tonight.
Yeah, they got a Hawaii Stanford game coming up later.
I can't wait. Virginia's playing tonight. Or is it Kansas? No, Kansas is playing tonight.
Kansas.
Yeah.
And Fresno State.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to hit some bets, right?
You just got to hit some bets. That's all.
Are you a pesto fan?
Who?
Pesto for pasta.
Not really.
You don't like it?
Mm.
Have you ever had it?
Yeah.
Would you ever order it at a restaurant?
I don't think so.
I don't know, man. I like pesto a lot.
Why? You thinking about it?
There's an article about pesto that I was looking at.
What did he say?
Just storage tips.
Okay.
I don't need to store it. Just, keep it. Oh, a woman asks, is this normal after catching her dog and cat doing something unexpected?
What, the dog was...
I hope not.
No, they were interacting.
I don't know.
They were intimately interacting.
They have a wonderful friendship, devoted companions. Pet owner left behind. She wrote.
Nobody can.
No. The cat was nursing.
That happens.
On the dog. Yeah, I mean that's. Why you make me think it's going to be something worse? Why? I've lived too much life, lad. I've lived way too much life.
Okay.
Do you like the band BTS?
Behind the scenes?
I don't know if that's it or not.
No, I don't know them. Who's BTS?
They're a K-pop band.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't get down with K-pop.
What about Steve Martin's music with a banjo?
Steve Martin?
Yeah. He's a banjo guy.
No.
Earl Sweatshirt?
Yes. That's a good rap group. Pop group.
Been a while since he's put something out.
Yeah, I know. You know who came out with an album? Ghost.
Big X the Plug. Oh.
Ghostface. Supreme Clientele 2.
Yeah, you told me. How is it?
I like it. I like it a lot.
Might have to, if I can get right, listen to it this evening, maybe tomorrow, something like that. Ooh, speaking of black guys that like to rap, Lil Nas X arrested for battery of a police officer.
So time out. So you have 1X, the Plug, that got arrested, and then you got 1X, the Nas, that got arrested
for doing country music and
so we got two black guys that have name X in there,
but
that are arrested.
You don't need to start making country music because I don't need you getting arrested.
I'm not
because look at the trend.
No. Maybe you know what? I'm gonna do country music with Tim McGraw, like Nelly. You don't get in trouble when you do that. You get back with Ashanti and make her even more beautiful. Jesus Christ, man.
Sometimes you win in life, man.
Bro, let me tell you this. There's some times when baby weight is just perfect, and that baby weight is just perfect.
Ashanti's always been almost perfect.
I know, but baby weight, get the mammies out.
Every once in a while, you get that hot pregnant woman. Whew, I tell her, girl.
Like because the baby weight puts things that weren't like didn't really accentuate that weapon. All of a sudden, baby weight accentuates that weapon. You're like, whoa, when did that happen?
I just say, woman, you are more beautiful pregnant than not. There are some women, and I'm guessing there's some guys. I'm not looking.
I'm not looking.
After they have kids, they get more attractive. I don't know. It's because they,
I don't know. Well, I know. I've heard. Ladies find a guy who's very with a baby, like. That's into the baby.
Some
they love it.
They love it like that,
bro. You know what I've done with my nephew. I go to the Pembroke Lakes Mall with my nephew. Man, it's like
Man,
it's like hand over fist the way they love, because the kid is cute. So all you got to do is just be playful and everything. The kid smiles at you and then gives you a hug. That melts the girl's heart. Bang bang, 7 digits later.
I take my rabbits to South Beach, Rami in winter. Game over, man.
And the bunnies?
Yeah, and they people come up. Can I take a picture? Yeah. What's your Instagram so I can tag you? Yeah, they trying to tag something. That's for sure.
Oh, they definitely tagging you.
Yeah, they tag me.
Yeah, they get your IG. All of a sudden, you get DMs.
It's easy, B. That's it.
It's easy.
So we learned something today.
Yeah, kids sometimes
rabbits, animals.
Yeah, they accentuate.
They open the set.
Shanti's baby accentuated more of her assets.
It did. Okay, well, we got to get ready for this Dolphins game. 4:00. We've got Tobin and Solana coming in for the pregame show. We got another hour right here with Vladimir Louison and myself, Dan Day, Sports Day, 560 WQAM and 104.3 FM WQAM, Miami's sports leader. Can't believe it. College football already here. Iowa State, Kansas State
It's
going
getting
at
good
it.
right now, boy.
17-14. 9 minutes left. Iowa State leads.
And we're in a 4th-and-1 situation. Kansas State has the ball under 9 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Do you go for it right now? I think they are.
You might have to. Not a lot of time left.
This Johnson's got long locks. The quarterback for K-State.
Yes.
Oh, they're in a nasty position. They're over the 50, right?
I can't see the field.
I
It's
can't
so
see the
bad
field.
there in Ireland. Yeah, it looks like it's about the 50.
Oh, I think he stopped.
They stopped him.
No, I don't know. Did they stop him?
Do you like the new digital
Marker?
marker for the first down?
I
think it's cool.
I like it. I'm not gonna, you know what? I'm not gonna be that guy right now. I was like that guy with the pitching clock.
Right.
I'm not gonna be that guy. Let me just let me see it. Let it marinate. Oh, they stopped them. I think Iowa State stopped them the way they were celebrating on the sideline.
This is one of the reasons why I like it. Already enough people think that the game is fixed for Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Leave Patty alone.
The computers take away all that.
How?
The computers don't have favorites. They just give you a marker.
So that Patty knows how to manipulate the sidelines. That's what great players do. Use things to their advantage.
I understand the argument too as well. The spotters still put the ball down, so they can cheat for them. I get that, but you take one more element out of the game that could be seen as corrupt, as you might want to say it. So I think it's cool. I like the guy Mike McDaniel standing next to him. He had that huge watch on, and he was looking at it. Mike McDaniel was looking at it, and then it shows you how many inches you are away from the first down. I thought it was cool. So I'm all in. I'm all in on the digital now. Pitching and baseball, maybe not so much, but baseball's a different sport. You know, we take our time with, changing things sometimes to the detriment of the sport, but nonetheless, it's all good. Got a bunch of NFL games going on right now. Indianapolis is whooping the Cincinnati Bengals 31-7. That is in the third.
Who played? I gotta check the stats. I wonder if Anthony Richardson played because
there's no way.
Why? He's the back. Why? Because he's the backup too?
I think with the whole situation going south there, they just no.
No, he didn't play.
Riley Leonard and Jason Bean. You didn't even get Daniel Jones. Oh, goodness gracious.
Wait, Desmond Ridder. Was he
Oh, no, I don't think it was Desmond Ridder.
No, he was quarterbacking for the Bengals. He's played the whole game. He's 8 for 19.
That's former Cincinnati Bearcat and
is he a Saint?
No. He went to the Atlanta Falcons.
That's right. I knew he was an AFC South fan. They are ruling. They are video replaying the fourth and goal in the K-State Iowa State game. Iowa State, the Cyclones leading 17-14. And then, tonight, my guy, the final preseason game, QAM will get you going. Well, we've been getting you going, but continue QAM. Oh, let me not say only QAM. 104.3 WQAM FM will get you going at 4 p.m. with Game Day Uncensored, the pregame show with one Brendan Tobin and Alejandro Solana and Brittany. And then you'll enjoy 3 hours of the game. You can listen to it on, CBS 4 with our guy Goldie, Kimbo, and who's the
Mike
color company?
Cunio. Mike Cunio's on the sidelines.
And then there'll be Game Day Uncensored post game. But our boy won't be here. Our boy's got he had a previous engagement, so Mike Kuzan, Dan Day will not do it. I believe Marcos will be handling it.
That is true.
And then that's it, bro. Then we're done.
Rest.
Then you go rest, and then we'll recap the game tomorrow on Sports Day here.
College football about to get going, man.
And then that's it, bro. We got 6 days. Well, not 6 days, 7 days and counting until the big matchup at Hard Rock Stadium between number 11 Miami and number 6 Notre Dame.
Woo! A lot of people predicting that's going to be happening at the end of the season too in the playoffs, Miami Notre Dame. So we'll see. Hopefully, I would.
Do you want to see if Miami wins? Do you want to see Notre Dame again?
I'd be a little nervous, but no, I would like being in the playoffs. I don't care. Anytime, anywhere, get us in, and I'll be happy. Anytime, anywhere, get us in. Got some other preseason NFL games going on right now. Denver is defeating New Orleans 16-9 in the third.
Oh, is that Sean Payton's first game back in New Orleans?
Sean Payton's back in the Big Easy, baby. Houston, Detroit. Houston leads 16-7 in the third. And of course, they're going to have a myriad of games throughout the day. So be on the lookout for those. Other headlines, the Dolphins, they got that 7 o'clock kickoff against the Jags. It should be a fun one. We're going to be here making it happen, as Vlad said. Bleacher Report has ranked their top college football players since 2000. Canes' Ed Reed comes in 6th. Brian McKinney, 10th. Sean Taylor was honorable mention. So hopefully more of those players can make the list. More of the players from the Canes can make the list.
Time out. Andre Johnson didn't make it?
Nope.
Andre Johnson was one of the best wide receivers in the 2000s.
Frank Gore.
Frankie G? Yeah.
Is Frank Gore a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Yes.
I would say, but just look at his numbers and his durability. But he was never flashy.
It doesn't matter. If you're number 3.
Yeah, all time.
If you're number 3 all time,
rushing.
Yeah.
I mean, 2.
16,000 yards rushing. Yeah.
There's arguments that he won't make it in on the first ballot. I would say that alone.
I absolutely think he's first ballot Hall of Fame.
That alone should get you in to the Hall of Fame.
2-possession game. Iowa State just scored seemed like a 3-yard, 4-yard touchdown run. And now they're up 7 yards. 7-yard touchdown run by Rocco Becht.
Let's not forget the last time we saw Iowa State was in the Pop-Tart Bowl
against Miami.
Yeah.
That was. Didn't they win?
Iowa State won, yes.
But that's when Cam played a half and then was like, I'm deuces.
Yeah.
All right.
And then things kind of fell apart there.
Well, we're not going to have to worry about that, hopefully, this season.
Nope, because it'll be playoffs. Playoffs or bust for this Miami Hurricanes team. Trying to think. That was the downfall of Emory Williams. Remember, Emory Williams came in there and...
I got a question, man. And we can really get into it tomorrow after the preseason game. But I'm thinking right now. Big game. Which fan base in the weather's like this? And I'm not talking about tonight's preseason game. I'm talking about, say, Patriots, the home openers like this. And the weather's like this. Which team do you think still puts out the fans were still willing to come, whether the weather is this bad? Dolphins or Canes? Canes versus Notre Dame, Sunday night, August 31st. This is the weather right now at 7:30 p.m. Patriots, Dolphins home opener, September 14th, 1 p.m. But the weather's like this right now.
I think both games are sold out.
Because I'm trying to figure out which team. I know Dolphins are professional, but the way Canes fans would ride and die for Canes, bro, like Canes, it's on nothing but Canes. They really ride or die. Now, there's a great chance that Canes fans are Dolphins fans and vice versa. But I would say Canes fans are a little bit more loyal.
I would think the question would be not, is the game going to be sold out, or who's going to be more of, who's going to get there earlier if the weather is like this? And I would say Canes fans would get here or get to the game earlier. I mean, despite the weather.
Text me back, guys. I feel Canes fans are a little bit more loyal than Dolphin fans.
An argument could be made for both. But yeah, I understand. They're a little more feverish.
Fever, yeah. A little bit more fervor with them, a little bit.
Dolphins fans are hardcore, man. 25 years without a playoff
But
win.
I've seen some nasty games against Ball State, and it's still 37,000 and it's raining. Yeah. And it's nasty. There's no business anybody should be out there, and they're there. And I've seen big games against the Dolphins, and they could barely sell it out.
Oh, really? Yeah. College football fans are usually a little more feverish.
It's just something to think about. I mean, if you got, call us up tomorrow. Just something for you guys to think about for tomorrow's show. Who's more diehard or feverish, as Dan would say? Dolphins fans or Canes fans?
Don't have to worry about the weather today for the Marlins. They play at 4:10. Jansen Junk going to be pitching, and the roof will be closed.
Good thing. We have to go to one, bro. We haven't been one in a minute.
It's been a while. No Messi tonight. Inter Miami's up in Washington, D.C. to play D.C. United at 7:30. This is an MLS game. They will play Orlando City, another MLS team, but it's not going to be an MLS game. It's going to be a Leagues Cup game, semifinal here.
I'm sorry. While we were talking, Kansas State just scored on the first play after the kickoff.
Yep.
What the hell just happened here?
You'll see. Bomb.
Oh, he just threw a bomb. Damn, he just let the receiver open. Nasty work.
That was pretty bad. That's why these games, you got to watch to the end. Whew. Matthew Tkachuk had surgery on his torn abductor muscle and sports hernia and will miss the start of the season for the Panthers. At the same time, Panthers have been named for 2 years in a row the most trusted NHL organization front office. So don't worry about anything. I mean, Matthew Tkachuk, we want you to get better, get healthy. I think the Panthers know what they're doing. I trust in Bill Zito and those guys. Would you say that?
They're the most trustful people in sports.
Your best
South Florida
down,
sports. And he's the most trusted face in South Florida sports right now. All the guys, all his nucleus is signed until 2029, 2030. Yeah.
And I laughed at you at the Four Nations face-off when you said, what if Matthew Tkachuk gets hurt? I said, stop that. This is a, exhibition playing for your country. And you said, what if he gets hurt? I go, he won't. Mm-hmm. And I'm still dealing with those coattails to this day. The man had surgery.
I told you.
Still won the championship. So, I mean, I guess all's well that ends well, at least for now.
I mean, yeah, but it could have went left.
It could be a long healing process. We shall see. With that being said, let's heal as we step into the day spa. Andrea Ivanova, who is known to have the world's largest lips, spends over $20,000 a year. And she has changed from using nude lipstick to red lipstick. I'll tell you, Vlad, the lips didn't look good to begin with. Now she looks like a huge circus clown.
Oh, man. It's nasty work.
20,000. I understand having addictions and having loves and having passions, but, man, that's a lot of money to put on your lips.
That's a lot. Yeah. She's attention seeking.
Do the fake lips ever attract you?
No.
The overly done fake lips, because there's a lot of injections.
No, it doesn't do anything for me.
Nothing.
No.
You like natural lips.
That's the lips God gave you. That's the lips your mom and your daddy made.
That's true. I roll with what I got, for better or for worse sometimes. Usually, I'll be honest, for worse. But what are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
That's what you got. Roll with what you got. So coming up at 4 o'clock, Tobin, Solana, Brittany, they're going to have the Game Day Uncensored pregame show. We're going to have a postgame show starting at 10 o'clock tonight. So we've got to stay tuned for that. But you got Vlad and I for another 2 segments. We're going to close out the show, get you ready for Dolphins, Jaguars, also get you ready for Hurricanes, Notre Dame, and all the other football and baseball and soccer and sports happening here in South Florida. This is Sports Day on 560 WQAM and 104.3 FM WQAM, Miami's sports leader. Did not get to see the much desired Tyreek Hill versus Travis Hunter battle in joint camp because neither of them practiced. I do want to ask you, Vlad.
Mm-hmm.
They want to play Travis Hunter both ways in the NFL.
All right.
Some people say, yeah, easy. Other people say there's no way. Is it a reality that we could see him, playing 60 plays a game?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
He'll be all right?
It all depends on the individual, bro.
Like, I understand, like, Deion Sanders ran kicks back and was a cornerback.
Right, and they would have certain plays for him on the offensive end. But this guy is so special that they would want him to be opposite of Brian. Is it Brian Thomas Jr.?
Yeah.
Right. They would want him to be opposite of him so that he doesn't have to get double teamed. Because you put Travis out there on the field, he's a weapon, bro. He's a weapon. You're gonna have to put eyes. You're gonna have to put some focus on him. So therefore, that opens space for obviously Brian Thomas, the junior, the tight end, and also the other players that they have, like the running game with Tank Bisbee and Travis Etienne. So, but he's probably a better cornerback than receiver.
You gotta.
He's probably an All-Pro as a corner, and he probably really can get you like 800 yards.
He was really good.
Yes, he was really good.
Really good. I'm thinking what you have to do is eventually decide what side of the ball he helps your team the most. And then if you say he's better as a defender, then you have a package with Travis Hunter plays, and vice versa. If he's better as a receiver, then you have certain downs and distances where you put Travis Hunter in. I think you have to be a little more prudent with the use of him. You can't just have him out there all the time.
No, you can't.
There's nobody. I mean, especially and I know everybody says they take the physicalness out of football, but in a physical sport like football, he's gonna wear you out, man. It's gonna wear you down. He's gonna get hurt, and then you have nothing. And we know that with the Dolphins because we've had some players go down and had nothing.
No.
So we'll have to wait on the Travis Henry, Tariq Evans battle. Tyreek Hill battle.
Yeah,
I just saw Iowa State just scored a touchdown. It looks like so.
Oh, did they take the lead, or did they just?
They were up by 3.
So they
back up by 10 with like a minute left.
Did he score? Is his knee down?
His elbow might have gone down first.
He dove. Yeah, his forearm's down.
Tyreek Hill's a question mark, man. I'm going to be maybe the first to say it.
What's the question mark?
It's not the question mark.
Is the injury?
No.
Is the injury? Does he want to be here? Has the relationship gotten so bad now that both sides don't want to be involved with each other anymore? Or has the relationship been like that and it's finally reached its point? Because to me, what it seems like after that comment he made after the Jets game, the last game of the season last year, it seems to me that even with all the, kumbayas, everything's cool, we're peaceful, it's not that. Mm-mm. It's not that. And not only that, I don't think Tyreek's name is good with the Miami Dolphins locker room. I don't think it's good in the NFL. I don't know if teams are willing to take that risk on a player, especially at the other side of, he flipped to 30 now, he's 31. I don't know if the talent is risk the consequence. And if you're hearing your starting quarterback talk, and we were happy that he talked early about how the relationship is, but we thought after his comments that would have been it. No more of this. And it's still continuing. You brought it up last week when you first heard it, when Mike Cunio asked him that question. You didn't like that answer from Tua. You did it because that answer, it led to too much questions being posed. He's too honest at a time, and That honesty now led to where we are right now on Saturday, August 23rd, wondering if the relationship between quarterback and star wide receiver is good.
Like I said, Vlad, you wouldn't surprise me if fast forward a couple of months and you say Tyreek Hill had 2,000 yards. I'll say, yep, that's Tyreek Hill. Wouldn't surprise me if a couple of months from now you said Tyreek Hill asked for a trade 2 weeks into the season. I'd say, yep, that's Tyreek Hill. He is I guess we talked about this before, Vlad. High risk, high reward. You're taking a high risk, but the reward could be very, very high. But the risk could derail your season, but it doesn't just derail your season. It might end, and I know Dolphins fans might be happy about this. It might end Mike McDaniel, Chris Greer, Tua Tagovailoa here in Miami.
Right. Well, whatever the new regime, if there is a new regime that comes in, Tua can't believe that he's automatically going to be the starting quarterback just because of the deal that he signed last season.
Right. I could see a scenario where a general manager would consider Tua being their coach, but a lot of times these guys or girls come in and they want their own groceries. They want to cook with their own groceries because it's kind of like kissing your cousin. You win with the guys. They're like, oh, you're win with Mike McDaniels and the past regime's guys. You lose with the guys. Like, you're not even good enough to win with our terrible players. So it's kind of a lose-lose situation if you're a new GM.
Because check this out, right? If he's trying to get all the players that weren't believing or taking advantage of his coaching ways or his culture, and you got rid of one of them,
one of your best players,
but you got rid of the guy that was maybe causing a deterrent.
Well, there was some nastiness. But there's some nastiness.
No, I get that it was nastiness. There was nastiness between Jalen and McDaniel. My question is, what? So we know number 10 was no saint in this.
No.
So why is number 10 able? Like, because I'm gonna be if I'm a Jalen Ramsey fan, if 5 and 10 are doing those type of things, why is 5 gone and 10 still here?
Omar Kelly told us a couple of weeks ago when he came on after practice, the man has unique skills. They're willing to put up with it.
But for how long?
That's the Vlad. We did this with Jimmy, and I said, "There's no way Jimmy getting traded." I'm not going to tell you there's no way Tyreek Hill's getting traded.
I told you. I was like, yeah,
I think the team's tired of his act. I mean, you've heard it from they don't defend Tyreek like they used to. They all say,
that's what I'm saying. Like they
and I'm tired of hearing about it, to be honest with you. And I love Tyreek Hill. He's my favorite player on the Dolphins.
But they're tired of talking about him, bro. That's what I was telling you.
And we're just getting tired of the antics, and it's always something. And it's just it's getting to that point. Like, is it gonna get to the nuclear meltdown like Jimmy Butler? We talked about it. There's an expiration date on everyone, but especially on guys like that. What's history gonna show us? Oh no, it's different here. No, I don't know. And we know Tyreek Hill's a winner. He wants to be on a winning team. He wants to be on winners. When they're winning, he's happy. When they're losing, you heard him last year. I'm out. Straight up said it. His words out of his mouth. I'm out. Dolphins start off, hopefully not, but they start off 0-3. You might hear those words from Tyreek Hill again. I'm just saying.
So I've been watching the Kingdom.
Okay.
The documentary ESPN is doing on the Chiefs, right?
Okay.
And one of the episodes began with the trading of Tyreek.
Oh.
And why they needed to do that.
That has always fascinated me with what went on behind the scenes.
Well, what they said was defenses. It was as if they would listen to as if they listened to the Dan Day and Vladimir show, the Sports Day show, and they just basically just copy what we said. They listened to the show, not listen to the show. They realize defensive coordinators who get paid a tremendous amount of money watch film and start slowing down or catching cues, catching tendencies of plays of the offense that the Chiefs were running when they were running up and down the field. Yes, they were still winning, but it wasn't the offense wasn't putting the numbers that they did his second season and the year that they won the title. So they made a trade they traded Tyreek Hill, and they got they got all these draft picks. And then when you see what these defensive picks became, you're like, crap, this was an unbelievable trade for the Chiefs. They got a great defensive end linebacker in Kafalikas, or I think this is how you pronounce his name. I forgot it. Trent McDuffie, all a great cornerback. Okay. Defensive tackles. Like the picks that they got from the Dolphins for that Tyreek Hill trade helped them win 2 Super Bowls and go to 3 straight Super Bowls. Tyreek put up 2 unbelievable years that a receiver could put, especially a Miami Dolphin receiver. But the trade was worth it for the Chiefs.
Oh, yeah.
And now if you look at it, you're going to ask yourself, it was good to watch. It was entertaining to watch. But was this trade worth it for the Miami Dolphins? Because now you could think, what happens if you had those draft picks?
I'll tell you, the Chiefs would take that trade 10 out of 10 times. And that's not a knock on Tyreek Hill. That's just, they kept winning. They got defensive players, good defensive players out of it. They take that trade every time. Every time. See what Tyreek Hill does this year. I hope it is the good version of Tyreek Hill with 2,000 yards and not the 2 weeks in, I'm out version of Tyreek Hill.
Because you know what my fear is, right?
That's my fear.
That the Dolphins are playing well, they're winning, but one receiver is getting all the looks, the targets, and is making the plays, and the other receiver isn't, and it's almost like little brother taking over big brother.
And then
you know what I'm saying?
He comes over, and Tua will tell him, I'm putting my foot down. He was here all camp. I threw to him all camp. I didn't throw to you that much.
I know him. I've thrown to this man. I was in college. There is a chemistry that we know that Jalen Waddle and Tua Tagovailoa have. Like, they've known each other. They know each other. So the fact when you heard this year that Tua and Jalen Waddle worked out even more, they were upset with last year's performance. Tua knows that he only played half the season?
Right.
So they wanted to get everything going. There's no problem between 17-1.
Nope.
But 10-1?
Shall see. See what happens this year. We got a game today, 7 o'clock against the Jaguars. Pregame coming up at 4 o'clock. Vlad and I got another segment. We're going to come back and wrap it all up here on Sports Day, 560 WQAM and 104.3 FM WQAM, Miami Sports Leader. First college football game of this season is finished. Iowa State wins 24-21 over Kansas State. That's one of those games, Vlad. You win the first big game of the season, or just, you face a big opponent the first week, you win, you're like, we're invincible. I feel great. If you're the loser, you're like, man, why did we schedule that game?
That's a nasty trip back from Ireland.
It's probably out of hungover people.
And you can't even drink as kids. They can't drink no stout or anything like that.
Interesting. Yeah. I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
they're professionals, but they're probably not drinking that much.
I ain't gonna hold you. If I'm 22 or 23.
Well, no, remember the laws in Europe are different.
I'm saying
you can drink it
back.
You can drink it. On the fly back.
Yeah.
Well, you're on the private plane. They're probably not serving booze to kids.
They're gonna be serving me some booze if I took a loss like that. That's a nasty trip.
That's a good game. It was a good game though. He fought well.
Yeah, he could fight well, but it's great to fight. But if you're gonna lose,
you can drink it. Go to the Trinity Bar in Dublin. I've never been to Ireland. Of all places, I've never been to Ireland.
Damn, they never been to Ireland.
I know. With a name like Daniel Patrick Day, you would think I would have at least been to Ireland.
Your name is Patrick?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Boy, you're Irish.
That's as Irish as it gets, man. Like, I'm sure I'll walk into a bar or a restaurant in Ireland and they're like, Daniel Patrick Day. And there's like 8 of us going, hey. Like, oh, man. But no, it's on my bucket list. That Morocco, where else have I not been that I really want? I mean, I want to go to South America. I've never been to South America, but I think next year I'm going to Peru. I'm going to go to Machu Picchu.
You going to Lima?
Machu Picchu. I'm sure I have to fly into Lima. Yeah, I haven't gotten that far. I got to get this Grand Canyon, Las Vegas trip taken care of.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying, man. Vegas, the first night too. So I can't, as they say, blow my load on the first night.
No, you don't want to do that
because then I've done that, Vlad. Let me tell you a little story about me in Europe. Don't go to Berlin the beginning of your 2-week trip. Okay. Because you're going to be walking down the streets of Berlin and some rando, very nice German man will walk out and go, looking for a party? Sure, I'm looking for a party. My first night in Europe and in Berlin. Opens up a rando door and it's like the Matrix nightclub.
Oh, really? 30 feet, people dancing
everywhere.
Nasty, right?
And
nastiness and some nasty.
It was easier to get anything other than beer was the hardest thing to get at that club. Let's just put it that way.
Water, beer.
I maybe drank 1 beer. I was messed up for the whole trip, man.
Really?
Oh yeah, man. When in Berlin, do as Berliners do. Oh my! I was recovering constantly for the next 2 weeks. Great trip, though. Great trip. The German people are fantastic. I think a couple times I didn't even pay people. I just, the heat of the moment, they just, broke me off some.
All right, man.
You probably love Germany, huh?
No, I don't think so. They won't like me.
No, I think they would.
I don't think
they're very accepting people.
Maybe
they're making atonement.
Maybe now.
They're making atonements for their past mistakes.
We'll see.
You'll see. You like the Seattle, Portland area.
Yeah.
And then
that's because it's America.
Oh, that's true. But you like Australia.
Well, they love the brothers.
Well,
they love them. But they didn't try to kill
Dirk
the brothers.
Nowitzki. Look up his wife. What does she look like?
They didn't try to kill brothers.
No, not you. Your brothers.
Yeah.
Maybe the Aboriginal.
Australians were trying to kill brothers.
But look at Dirk Nowitzki's wife.
Dirk's different.
No, he's not.
Dirk's different.
I had a foreign exchange student, not living with me, but
Dirk's different.
He was German.
Dirk's different. Dirk was a brother. Dirk wanted to be black. Okay, his first crush was Little Kim. If your first crush is Little Kim, you're different.
You like what you like, Little Kim.
You love it. I don't have a problem with Little Kim being your first crush. That's a great crush.
Oh, you like that?
Of course, absolutely. I love Kim. But what I'm saying though is, you wouldn't expect Dirk Nowitzki,
7 foot tall white,
7 foot
blonde hair.
Right, with blonde hair, that his first crush would be a Little Kim.
Well, he's got it now. He's got it now.
I mean, yeah, bro. He's forever invited to the barbecue,
cookout,
to the cookout and everything.
But he's not really like, what would be the word? He's not so urban. He doesn't act very urban. I guess
he's urban. He's
German.
No, he's German urban. He's urban German. He can rap. Like, he talks track.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, hip hop is his favorite genre of music. That's why his first crush was Little Kim and Foxy Brown.
Take that with you. Take that with you.
That would be like a little kid right now saying his first crush is Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. If a German kid right now let's give him a name.
Hans.
If a Hans right now is is growing up and then he sees a Nicki Minaj or Cardi B, he's trying to sing Imaginary Players, and he's like, I like Cardi B's version instead of the real great version, which was Hove's, then yeah, you could tell who his influence was.
Okay. They're both very talented.
Yes, they are very talented. So
I love them. I absolutely love them. What are you gonna do the rest of the day, Vlad? Oh, you're going to the game.
I am going to the game.
I'm trying to make it to this Bomba Estadio over at Hard Rock Live. Don't know if I'm gonna make it. A little, as you see, it's rainy outside. A little under the weather, as they say sometimes. It happens, man. I'll be better tomorrow. I promise.
Jesus Christ, the Yankees stink.
Are you guys gonna have to punt on the season?
No, we're not gonna punt on the season, but we could punt on the division and winning the wild card now. I mean, being one of the top 2 teams in the wild card.
Okay.
We're about to get swept by the Red Sox, man. We lost the first 2 and we're about to lose 3.
That hurts more.
We might lose 4 in a row to them.
That hurts
Jesus Christ.
to the rival, man. Oof. Marlins haven't been burning up either ever since they got that sweep at the Yankees.
Yeah, you should,
I shouldn't have put that out there in the world.
You guys you wanted a parade down Biscayne because you beat the Yankees.
Oh, we had a chance, man.
Terrible.
Still a couple more NFL preseason games going on. Indianapolis is killing the Bengals 38-7. The Cleveland Browns are ahead of the Los Angeles Rams 16-10. These are all in the fourth quarter. The Denver Broncos are defeating the New Orleans Saints 22-19, and the Houston Texans are whooping the Detroit Lions 26-7. Of course, we played the Detroit Lions last week and beat them.
Right. Other important news in the world of baseball. Philadelphia Phillies just lost their ace for the season. Zach Wheeler is out for the year.
And he was in the running for the Cy Young for a while.
He was in the running. Him and his teammate were the top 2 leaders in the NL. That's a tough loss for to the Phillies. So that's bad news for them. What else we got? We got Inter Miami tonight.
Yes, 7:30 in DC.
In DC against DC United, the worst team in the East.
Yep, terrible.
No Messi. No Messi. Should win.
You got to win this game.
Marlins play, like we said, in another 20 minutes.
Jansen Junk going to get the starting pitching.
Blue Jays will probably win because Blue Jays are a very, very good
team.
But tonight, you see, this is what I hate about the weather. F you, Mother Nature. This is Dominican Day at the ballpark.
Oh, man.
Let me ask you this. If you had tickets for the Blue Jays and Marlins and Dolphins and Jaguars, would you try to make both?
Yeah. If I had tickets to both, yeah.
Yeah. You had tickets to
That's
both.
why I have tickets to both. But if I had to choose one.
No, but you have to go to both, though.
Yeah, I go to both.
Okay.
Even if I had to leave the Marlins game a little early.
Okay.
Or get to the Dolphins game a little bit late. It just depends what's going on in the Marlins game.
Say Dolphins are playing. Dolphins State, we're playing our starters 3/4 of the game.
I mean, if it's a barn burner at Lone Depot Park, I'm probably going to stick around and be like, well, it's a preseason game, But if it's not really that interesting of a game, I'm like, I'm out. I'll go watch the Dolphin starters. If I had to choose, I'd probably go with the Marlins since it's Dominican Day and it's earlier in the day, and then just go home and watch the football game since it's a preseason game. Some people probably have tickets to both. I don't blame them. Go on out there, make it happen.
I would do it, man. Live your life.
Yeah, you guys are getting killed. The Yankees 8-1.
Yeah, we lose.
Top of the ninth.
Yeah, we lose. We stink.
Excited about this Miami game today. I wonder. Yeah, it'll be on TV at the casino.
Is anything else happening other than that? No big UFC fight tonight? That's nothing, man. No WWE, no AEW.
Lots of baseball, lots of soccer. You get a little bit of Little League World Series, which never stops, it seems like, on ESPN.
Oh, how do you miss a layup? Yo, nobody misses more layups than WNBA athletes.
Me bounds.
The me bounds are ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, I know I've watched a little bit as you have been betting on this game, and I've watched some of it. And some plays they make are spectacular. Some plays I'm like, you
really?
play professional basketball. Come on, like, I'm not trying to be mean, but
I'm just saying.
Oh, how has Tobin and Leroy been reacting to Jim Harbaugh and stealing, quote unquote, stealing a national championship?
Nothing matters, man. They didn't get even. They weren't even whatchamacallit.
What's done is done.
Penalized or in trouble for it. What's done is done.
They're not going to go after a big program like that. Like if let's try. Well, Miami, they definitely go after them.
They could have if they wanted to.
They could have, but they didn't.
No, they didn't.
They would have gone after Miami, though. Whew, would they have gone after Miami? And then smaller programs, if like a mid-major would have won a national championship, we got to prove to the league you can't do this. And yeah, you're just picking on a lesser team and not a big-name team, not a marquee team. So, Vlad, you're going to be at the game tonight, 7 o'clock. You're going to watch the Stars. You're going to give us a true assessment of what you saw at the game. You're also going to be in the locker room. You're going to give us a true assessment of what the locker room situation is like, because we really don't know what's been going on behind closed doors so much. We'll be back tomorrow from noon to 4. It'll be you and I, another sports day where we break down this Dolphins game, break down the team. I'm glad you're going to be there tonight, because that gets me excited, because, that's the stuff that helps, because you don't realize a lot of the stuff and a lot of the feel that goes into like being in the locker room and being at the stadium. It really does give you a different perspective on the team. So I get very excited about that.
Yeah. I mean, you kind of want to get a sense of what really is going on. Like you said, we've only been hearing reports from the great reporters that follow the Dolphin team, but to be there live, JOI, Jordan is on. Oh, it's not on ice. JOF, Jordan's on field. Yeah, I'm gonna be Jay's on the ground. I can't wait. It's gonna be fun. I'm just excited that this is the final preseason game.
It's going to be exciting to see if Tua and those guys do play with the rain that has been coming down all day too. It might get a little risky and tricky.
Well, that's if he starts throwing floaters or everything like that, people are going to complain. Listen, we all love to complain and have something to bitch about. So tomorrow, people would want to complain and bitch about the backup 2 situation. If Tua has 2 series, doesn't play well, and then Quinn Ewers has 4 series and leads to 3 drives, you're going to have these schmucks over here saying, oh, man, Quinn Ewers should be outside to get it back.
Can't wait. If you can hear the excitement in my voice. So 7 o'clock kickoff tonight. Dolphins, Jags next. Tobin, Solana, Brittany going to have Game Day Uncensored pregame for you for 3 hours. We'll be back tomorrow noon to 4 for my cousin Vladimir Louison. I am Dan Day. This has been Sports Day on 560 WQAM and 104.3 FM WQAM, Miami Sports Leader. Later, slug.